And hello, welcome to the official broadcast of the World Chess Championship match between two amazing grandmasters, Ding Liren and Gukesh D. Today, next to me, oh my, I'm shy. I'm gonna be shy today because two big names, Levon Aronian and Matthew Sadler, are here with me. I'm gonna try to be a good host, and thank you, Levon, first of all, again for
Thank you.
waking up so early and giving, even though if it's early hours in the US, I I mean your insights are brilliant. They're like lila stockfish all combined. I mean, at least last time,
That's the greatest compliment.
last time we were very impressed, and everybody in the chat were so impressed with your insights, and of course Matthew, you as well. Everybody missed you.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, so I mean, today's game is going to be extremely interesting, in my opinion. However, I would like to maybe see your prediction, Matthew, first. What are we going to expect today?
Well, I mean, the trend of the game seems to be that we get an exciting game when Gukesh is white, and a slightly duller game when Ding is white. So, kind of expecting something quite interesting today. Yeah, I mean, Gukesh is. I think he's kind of found his normal playing level. He's playing the way I think he likes to play. Always a slight danger with him of overplaying as white. So always some risk that he could just overpress and put himself in a bad position somehow just by trying too hard. But yeah, whether Ding is, I think Ding's kind of got himself into shape there, but not for every type of position. I think that the nervy type of tactical positions, I think Ding is still pretty dangerous in. Anything that requires some good long-term nerves or something, I'm not quite sure he's got yet. But yeah, expecting something quite. I'm definitely expecting Gukesh to try hard to win today, and yeah, I think Ding is reasonably happy to respond to that as black.
Yeah, that's very good insights, good prediction. And Levon, um, what do you think we're gonna expect from Gukesh today? Like Matthew said, now that Gukesh is white, are we gonna see some more interesting games?
Yeah, I think he feels that Ding is, you know, I think the first game was an exception, and that's what I feel as well. And he feels that it's the time to grab the bull by the horns, I guess. Yeah, because in the white games, I think Ding that he's playing very similar to the way that Karakin was playing against Carlsen. Basically, trying to either go for a very, very quiet game or just to make a draw. And yesterday's game, clearly it had potential for a battle, but you could tell that Ding is not really focusing on posing problems, but he just wants to. We call this imitation of a fighting spirit. Yes, so to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we predict the first move, or is that gonna be too hard? Matthew, maybe you?
I think maybe 1e4 again. I guess because it would be quite interesting to know. I mean, is Ding planning to do the French all the time, or is he planning to to do lots of little swapping to lots of different systems. I would have expected the second, to be honest, but
Yeah.
a little bit more. But yeah, I guess you try e4 again. I don't know. What do you think, Levon?
Yeah, I would do that as well.
Yeah.
Go for
Try
e4.
again. Try
Yeah,
again and see
sure.
if it works this time. No, but yeah, last time when there was a French on the board, of course, maybe Gukesh was a bit nervous. I think he also said that in a press conference that somebody asked him, okay, first game, Magnus commented it as it was no good move by Gukesh. There was nothing good in this game by White and so on. Like, really bad comments. However, then Gukesh responded very calmly and he said, no, I mean, I agree it was a bad game, but I felt overall very good. Given that it was my first World Championship game, and he said even Magnus in his first World Championship game didn't play as well as that in the other games. So I guess that just shows that he has his mindset down very well, Levon, right?
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, what Magnus said is true, and also it's beneficial for Gukesh. I would rather get the harsh criticism as a player than hear that everything is going great, that somehow I'm losing the games. Yeah, so of course it's a great service to Gukesh by a great player like Magnus.
Yeah, yeah, harsh comments, but I mean, he was not holding back, or maybe also the interviewer was a bit harsher on purpose to get some reaction from Gukesh, or finally get some different reaction because he's just so composed, Matthew. Yeah.
He's brilliant. I mean, he's really good. You can throw anything at him, and he just sort of he doesn't it doesn't seem to phase him at all. And I mean, I think, to be honest, yeah, I mean, obviously I'm looking at it from a different level for Magnus. I mean, it didn't look so bad to me, frankly. But it's I do think there's, in general terms with Gukesh, I do think there's always a risk of him having games like this, where, because he's always trying to make the absolute maximum of his position. He believes a lot in his positions, sometimes too much, from the way I see it, and he's trying to do too much. So you can get into this sort of situation, which happened with Ding, where somehow he ends up where he's made too many commitments and his position collapses. But yeah, somebody who's
Folks,
that.
the French, the French. I think we
Oh my
guessed right.
goodness, that is
Yes.
the first prize.
Is it going to be a D3 French? What do you guys
Um,
think?
D3 French? That would be
Or
that would-
B3 French? Oh,
Oh!
no. Wow.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the stream missed first few moves, but it was e4, e6, d4, d5, and then Gukesh decided to take on d5. Okay, he's afraid of the other French lines.
Oh my god, the French is so powerful that it actually
Wow.
forces White into this.
I mean, yeah, Levon, you probably have played the French few times, yeah? I mean, in your amazing career.
Actually, I just started this year.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I started with black. Of course, I faced
Yeah.
with white
Yes.
more.
Okay, I thought you were also more of a French position player sometimes, but you started it. Okay, last year. Okay, but last year I guess it became very popular again. In between, between, I don't know, 2019 and 2022, I think nobody played it just because engines hated it. Would you agree? And now again we're back.
I don't think engines really hated it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but they really asked you to play the forcing lines. But the engines became stronger, and they allow you to play like humanly acceptable lines, and people, the love has been rekindled. Yeah,
I agree.
towards it. Yeah.
Yeah. We're back, Matthew. Have you ever played the French with black pieces?
Oh, I was quite a big French player.
Yes.
When I came back from started playing as an amateur again after a break. I played the French an awful lot, in actual fact. I'm just wondering actually whether this shows us what or Gukesh would have played against the would play against the Petrov actually, because you can get these transpositions. It's what Jan did as well, wasn't it? I mean, Jan,
Yeah.
Yes.
he was basically playing exchange French and
But Matthew, they even don't allow that in French nowadays, in Petrov nowadays.
oh,
Right. They don't. They just play G6, Bishop G7. I think.
okay,
Yeah, against D4. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, I
Okay.
can just briefly show it
Yes,
what I
please.
mean.
go for it.
Yeah. So I wish, I wish you could still get the symmetrical, but this is what they do, and it's even less than what you can get in the symmetrical French. But
Oh,
actually, in the game, I'm a bit surprised by the
Mm-hmm.
choice of Ding. Uh,
Okay. With
I
knight
think that
f6?
yes, I think the
Mm-hmm.
most brutal nowadays is Bishop D6.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes, C4 C6 is very very brutal. I think it removes any point from this line, something like this.
Huh. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
playable
I think
position.
I think the point is that in this sort of lines, Black can develop with knight h6 at some point. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and then knight c7, and then bishop, and Black just starts harassing the white squared bishop. This
Yeah.
is this is very annoying. Yeah, because I've been checking this because this knight f6 c5 somehow, you know, normally as white players we like to see we welcome this type of c5 actions.
We usually do, but also myself, in the last few exchange French games, even though I have to admit they're not a lot, I do like this c5 breakthrough immediately. Also, the engine loves it, but besides that, I think I these are kind of more comfortable positions for me personally with isolated pawn than playing
Uh-huh.
against the isolated pawn. So because I think I get a more dynamic play. Matthew, I guess if you played the exchange against the exchange French, and I'm trying to phrase myself how to put you in that spot. Have you ever played this c5 idea?
I played C5. Actually, that was the line I played with black C5 and
Yeah.
C4 quickly. Certainly, if white played castles, then I played C4. You know, and that
Ah.
line always quite enjoyed. I felt at least it was somewhat unbalanced.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm must be a little bit behind opening theory because yeah, to play C4 after C3 as Sting has done. This is quite. This is surprising me a fair amount, but I think I must be behind opening theory here. There's a lot of games played, I can see.
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely Ding is I mean he's well prepared, and I think he expected this
Mm-hmm.
to happen. Maybe he saw some games on Lichess played by anonymous accounts against each other.
Could be, yeah, could be.
Yeah, could be absolutely possible. But yeah, I have heard many times in this new era of French defense that the best way to respond to French is actually to play the exchange French, which myself is my least favorite French when I play it as black. So I do understand why Gukesh did it. It's more simple. Even though we said we would expect some more complicated game today, but with this pawn structure, it can complicate very quickly, Levon, yeah?
Sure, sure. So, well, what is the move? I'm right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like I don't want to open the database actually,
Yeah.
but I'm just thinking. Okay, bishop e6 shouldn't be right. Knight g5, and then I take and I go f4. I guess.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
looks unpleasant. Even though
I
these
mean,
days I would not be surprised if that's the engine line as well.
yes. So, and if not bishop e6, then queen e7 also doesn't feel. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, taking with king. I don't know. Some bishop h4, knight to e3.
yeah. I'm sort of wondering whether this is a kind of a Gukesh approach now. I mean, he saw that that Ding was more dangerous with the queens on in game one. So he's going for these complicated positions like in game three, but with the queens off somehow. It's
Hmm. That
I
makes
think
sense, actually.
because I think my feeling about Ding is that he's I think if you get him in a complicated tactical position with the queens on, then he's looking pretty good somehow. But yeah, I think complicated position queens off. I think he's he's less comfortable somehow. I don't think he's quite got
Mm-hmm.
the nerves for long drawn out games somehow. He needs something to be happening somehow all the time and quickly, in order to show his best, which I kind of
Oh yeah,
understand.
definitely, definitely. I understand what you mean. He needs a clear plan. Although, if we take into account the game three,
Mm-hmm.
I mean the position was very static. He actually made it unbalanced by leaving the bishop
Yeah,
on c2 himself. I mean, he could
yeah,
just retreat to the bishop, and the position would have been static. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so sure that the. But one thing, you're totally right. He wants an immediate release of the pressure. I mean, whenever he can get it. Uh, except the first game, which was,
Mm-hmm.
as I also think, was kind of a strange game.
Yeah. Nervous
For,
game.
yeah, yeah. For Ding as well, I think
Yeah.
he hasn't played combative chess for a long time now.
Yeah, yeah. No, but I think you're right that here I do have to say, Matthew, I you motivated me to check the Lila Zero site, and yesterday during the commentary I was using it with Felix just to compare the moves played to what Lila is thinking, and it's amazing site. So thank you very much for that. And I did speak at that site. I'm sure you are also, and I guess Queen E7 is just the move that we I mean, the move that is played in this position usually, and I don't think we can, like you said, Levon, get anything else. I mean, King F8 is too much. It's
Yes.
too much, and Bishop
Well,
E6 as well.
what you normally see in French
Yeah.
defense, that quite often Queen e2 is answered by Bishop e7, but probably this is not the case.
Yeah, now that we already have Bishop on D6, I would guess we wouldn't want that. Yeah, and also, I mean, can we discuss this move C4? Yeah, this is very new with black, usually immediately at least. Of course, this is an idea that black
Mm-hmm.
should play maybe also in the future, but immediately C4 on move 6 is also a bit surprising for me. Usually Bishop D6 first, and then after maybe some castle, you can consider C4. But I guess he wanted to avoid the isolated pawn himself. Would that be an option?
I don't quite
Yeah.
understand what you mean, actually.
So
So
after C2, Bishop D6. I
so you
think.
mean Bishop d6 here,
Yeah.
and then if I castle,
I guess I would castle. I guess.
right? But you haven't played c4 already,
No.
so I can probably just take on c5.
Yeah, and then I want to play with this isolated pawn, if possible.
Okay, but I think
He doesn't want it.
Ding,
Yeah.
he doesn't really want it. So.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking if.
But also, I
yeah.
feel he's not familiar with Queen e2 check.
Ah. Yeah, he's thinking. Yeah.
It's an unusual move. It hasn't been. I've only got what is it like 10, 12 games with it, and not particularly high-rated players either. So this is quite an unusual one.
Now you made me curious. I'm going to check.
Please do check.
I'm back to my database.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, I mean castle's kingside has been the main line there. So Queen e2 just a few games, but yeah, I mean quite yeah, definitely a logical move. But yeah, I mean black's got Queen e7 or Bishop e7 would really be the moves that I'd be thinking of most if I was playing black. I think Bishop e6 I'd just feel a bit nervous about, even though indeed Leela seems to think that it's okay.
Oh, I see. Leela has a game like this with white.
Oh.
From 2020.
Oh, good lord!
Yes. So Queen e7, Bishop e7. Castle, castle, rook e1, rook e8, bishop g5. Aha, so bishop e6. Well, it was a draw against other engine, Rough Shade.
Oh,
Mm.
Roche, quite a good one. Quite a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. What else do we have? We have two Stockfish games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so a
Yes,
lot of engine games here.
yes. Yeah, I think the strong engines, all of them go queen e7. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so, but
Yeah.
Plenty Chess, for example, took with the king instead of
Ah.
taking with the bishop, and then answered castle with rook e8.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Mm-hmm.
visually, it looks like white has achieved something, but maybe the reality is, it's a fine line for black.
It should be fine, but like you said, is this what the Ding wants to get from this position? I mean, when you play the French, when he plays the French with the reason, and it is try to keep pieces on the board, and then with long term maneuvering, he would get something out of it, right?
I think the reason why people play the French nowadays
Tell me.
is 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 generally, it's a very narrow opening. If you want to get something, I think, all right. I mean, knight d2 is pretty much harmless on the third move, and knight c3 is just becoming very small after knight f6, I think. So that's why people play it. And the other option is 35, but it allows so many decent lines for black that people just play the French, just to immediately put you in a particular sort of
Yeah.
system where you have to know it, and then if you know it with white, you'll get a little edge. But even that is not nowadays. I think the computer shows how to equalize with black
Yeah,
in the majority of lines.
pretty easily, pretty easily. When we're still on the opening theory, somebody from our viewers, I was actually asking a question already on move 4. So knight f3 happened, of course, by Guka, which is a very natural move. And somebody said, okay, what if Ding decided to go for knight c6 here? What would have been Gukash's response? Because knight c6 is also
I think
leading
knight c6 is bishop b5.
bishop b5, okay?
Yeah, that's what they normally do. Bishop b5, bishop d6.
Yeah.
This is some sort of a long theory.
Ah, long theory, okay.
Yeah, with c4, dc, or if I remember correctly.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
you expect bishop b5, not like c4 immediately or something? It was just a question.
c4 is there. I don't think c4 exists here.
Yeah. Okay.
Knight c6, I think, wasn't it Alekin's choice? Knight c6.
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, they play this bishop b5, c4 to stop you getting your nice play, don't they? With bishop g4 and queen d7,
Yes.
and castle queenside, and all of that. So yeah, otherwise knight c6 would be really gorgeous, but yeah, this bishop b5 and then c4 afterwards is a little bit annoying, I think, or at least you have to know a fair amount. It's
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, by the way, our board is slightly behind. Nothing wrong. It's just some problems with the broadcast in general. But I do have to say, in the main position, so after queen e2 check, queen e7 was played by Ding.
Oh,
okay.
And the game followed as queen takes e7, king takes e7, castles, and rook e8. Yes, and this is the live position right now.
Okay.
and how long did Ding spend on that? Did Ding spend?
I don't think he spent much time.
Oh, okay.
A
So
few
he's
minutes.
prepared, it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this. If you know this line, I don't think you would play this without knowing it with black. So I'm guessing he definitely knows about the existence of this variation. So I reckon we can just try to understand it ourselves. Okay,
Okay.
so what's going on generally? If I play bishop g5, um, how does black react? What do you think, Matthew?
Well, I think it's either bishop e6, knight bd7, or knight bd7 immediately, I guess.
Okay, but I am a bit worried about bishop h7, and then
Whoa!
g6, knight e5, knight c6, and f4.
Oof.
Wow, Levon.
Yeah, that's tough.
Okay, I'm not so sure what's going on here, but I think my general feeling is that 3 pawns should somehow give me the edge.
Yeah, you're going to be happy here, aren't you?
Okay,
Bishop
if I
h7.
get the knight to f3 and e5, then I should be happy, right? Bishop f5, you want to go, right?
Well, yeah, I'd like to do it at some stage. Yeah, maybe earlier or something. But
Oh, so let's say after f4.
yeah, but I mean, there's
But
going to
what
be
about rook e1?
yeah,
Oh,
there's going to be some rookie ones, and
maybe even earlier. But no, I don't think so. Yeah, rook e1 is always an issue. So I think that kind of I mean, if you want to get that, then you'll probably have to start with h6, I guess. If you want to get your bishop to e6, right?
yeah, I guess so. That's probably a good idea anyway.
Let's try it, yeah.
h6. Okay, bishop f6 makes 0 sense. The king is happy. On f6,
Absolutely.
so I'll have to go back, and then you'll go bishop e6. And if I try this knight e5 f4 setup, it will be answered by g5 and knight h5.
Knight h5, yeah.
And I don't have knight g6 there, because you take, and the knight retreats back. Yeah, that looks fine for you. So, and if I just play like a humble peasant, and then just knight d7. And let's say rook fe1. I'm not actually sure if I should go rook fe1 or rook a1.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe rook a1. And then, Matthew, you want to retreat with your king, or?
Yeah.
But how happy are you here? How happy are you here after 95 and f4 coming? Are you happy with your bishop on e6?
I'm not particularly happy with this as black. I think this bishop on e6 is maybe just not doing the business somehow.
Okay.
I was also wondering that there's little stuff like bishop a4 as well, and just from time to time, and
yes,
moments, it's quite irritating somehow. This
so
position.
that means maybe we shouldn't be placing your bishop on e6.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try not to do that, but
let's say if you go h6 or I don't know.
No,
if you want to play h6.
I mean, we are slightly afraid of bishop h7, even though we would have to calculate everything. But you know why we need to calculate everything when we can go h6? Is there minus to h6?
Probably not. So h6, Laura is playing h6. I'm coming back to h4. And then
yeah, knight bd7, I suppose, would be
yes, knight bd7. So as I understand it right, correct me if I'm wrong. You want to meet knight d2 with king f8 and quickly play knight h5 the next move.
Yeah,
if you can. Therefore, after knight d7, how about the move that Matthew has been proposing, bishop a4?
It's a sneaky one.
I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm getting anything after g5, of course. But at least I feel, this. I am asking you to come up with something, some to weaken your structure a bit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's quite a few. And bishop a4. I mean, I'm not 100% sure if I go king f8, whether no, but I just take on f6 first. That one's okay. I was also wondering actually instead of bishop a4 even. I mean, there's other moves like, well, I could try b3 simply, and
Uh-huh.
or I could even I don't know. I'm even wondering, that b3 maybe just to
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
also.
Another thing that I'm wondering about is, actually, no, that makes no sense. I was thinking about knight a3, but then
Yeah,
a6
yeah,
is
yeah.
strong.
A6 is the irritating one. It's
Well, of course, I can do something like this, because the knight belongs to e3 anyway. But
yeah.
then it's not ideal, definitely. I mean, it takes too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't like this so much with black, right?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't. In principle, I don't like this very much for black. No, I'm not
Okay,
very keen.
let's think. I mean, because computers play this line, there must be a key to all of this.
He's giving you the answer.
Yes. Okay. How about if we go bishop g4? The copycat variation.
Oh, without 8-6 even.
Yeah, because with a6, knight e5 would be brutal. But here, somehow, I'm trying to stir something up.
Okay, so if I go knight e5 here, anyway.
Yeah, bishop h5. I'm scared. I can't pretend I am not. Okay,
Yeah.
so rook e1 happened. Yeah, so this is all the past. This is all left in the past.
It is. Bishop g5 though was still a good move. I'm just checking Lila's probabilities, but probability for being the best move was actually b3. Not that it matters. I think all good moves here are good. Also, rook e1, of course, that's been played. Makes a lot of sense. But b3, of course, a typical idea to break this center with c4. And after b3, black usually has to take with a pawn, I guess. And then white opens the a file. Would that be correct? Probably. Not sure.
As a black, I'm not too scared of b3 actually.
Okay. Good,
I'm just thinking this is like, I'll just take, and structurally it's not a big deal.
It's the normal stuff, right? I mean, it's what when you play c4, it's what you kind of expect. So
yeah,
sort of.
Because what happens is then I go a6, then I develop my knight to c6, and c4 is never an option. The b4 square becomes too weak.
Okay.
And visually it's beautiful for white, but in reality it's not so much.
Okay. Yeah, good to know that, yes. That b3 is not that scary. So I guess that's why also Gukash decided to go rook e1 immediately, even though we did think, this bishop g5, knight e5 idea looks slightly unpleasant because black has to answer some questions to these threats, especially because f4 could be coming later as well. But now with rook e1...
But now it's kind of similar, actually.
Okay, so king f8, rook takes e8, king e8, and bishop g5 is on the board.
Yes. So now I definitely cannot go knight e4. I think the compensation is not visible here. Therefore, bishop g5 once again asks a question, and I guess there is only one answer. I mean, unless we're willing to play bishop e7. I don't think black can afford to allow us to take on f6. I don't think that's...
No, I think that's too much, I think,
So there are two moves in the position that I see. One is bishop e7, one is knight e7. Knight e7 has been played.
Okay, so simple and effective.
Yes.
Okay, so what I liked in the other position more that then rook e1 was slightly
We
pinning the
had the
king.
bishop
So
a4 idea as well, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
also that
yeah.
one. But if we play bishop a4 here, maybe
King
knight
f8.
or king
King
f8.
f8. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
was
We can.
thinking knight e4, but king f8 is just more simple, and we're not pinned anywhere. So normal move here for white would be, of course, beside b3, maybe knight d2 or knight a3.
Knight d2, yeah, is quite normal. I mean, looks pretty good, right? I mean, knight d2, you could
Yes.
stuff like knight f1 to e3, maybe then b3 afterwards, or aim for the
Yes. So
f5.
let's say knight d2. What's my move with black here? Do I go b5? Start some action on the queen side immediately? Or do I retreat with the king first? This is the question. Because, okay, b5 allows knight e5.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
maybe it's a bit
Let's
too
show
early for this sort of action. Maybe I should first retreat with the king. White will follow with rook e1 most likely, and then go for b5.
Yeah.
Because I think that the issue is the black's position is quite, crumbled.
Yeah.
We're stuck somehow because we can't afford to let white to take on f6 and destroy our pawn structure. So the knight on d7 is obstructing the bishop's development. Therefore, there has to be some immediate action to be done.
Yes.
If black is slow, definitely black is in trouble here. I will
agree.
manage to put the knight on e5 or knight to e3, and things
Easy.
will not be so rosy anymore. So
Yeah.
one obvious question is if black can go h6, g5.
Instead of b5 or just in general?
Yes, instead of b5. Because I feel that with the rooks on the board, when rook was on e8, that was too dangerous because with two rooks, I think I could put a lot of pressure on the f file. Here, there's just one rook left for white, so that should normally is not that dangerous. So let's say I take on g3. How do we recapture? What do you guys think? I would think fg is the way, but
well, with one rook, I would have thought h, but actually f makes a lot of sense as well.
Well, hg is kind of directed against the development of the black bishop on e6 because then we'll have f4, f5 available. Fg is, I think, it's more concrete. We try to bring the knight to e3 quickly, so we can look at both while the game is still in progress.
Yes.
But I'll be playing good black. Let's say. Let me say I go knight b6 here.
Okay, knight b6. What are we doing with white, Matthew? Do we go knight e5?
You can also include h4.
We could include h4. We could.
Because I think I'm going g4 definitely.
Yeah, I think you most probably are knight.
And then I'll reroute my knight to d6, and then your knight on e5 is going to be kind of stuck.
Yeah.
And you're not afraid of any rook f1 moves with bishop
King g7, king g7. I don't
quite mostly. Yeah, I mean, getting your knight to d6 is quite key.
Oh, but you know what, guys? I noticed that maybe this is not good for me because you guys have a check from g6, and then knight on f4 is a bit annoying.
Knight on f4.
And then the other knight will come to f1, e3. I don't know, there's dark squares.
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's not a big deal still. Let's say knight c8. Although I don't know, knight c8, bishop a4. This might be scary somehow. Too many pins.
Yeah, and knight b2 is just to tell you on the board by Gukesh.
So that's good. We're not too far.
No.
Okay, so let's say knight c8, knight bishop a4, right? Rook e7, knight e3. I have to go king f8.
Hmm.
Am I holding up?
You can't. Yeah, for now. For now.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe rook e5 and then
Rook
knight
e5,
e3.
move 24.
No, well, even move 25 maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, move
Oh
25.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Rook e5. Yeah, this is very logical. All right. Okay. Do I have something? Bishop d7 is already a bit of a desperado.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
but
I take
maybe I
a knight
should do
e3
something
from
like
you.
this. Okay, I don't like this for black, definitely.
Looks unpleasant.
Okay. Maybe I should just take on h4 and to
Oh,
hell with
okay.
it.
Okay, we're going back, so taking on h4.
Yes, knight h4.
Yeah.
And now this is this anything? I mean, I'm a player who really loves his squares, but and here I'm on the receiving end of all of this. mm, okay, I really need to bring the rook as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Because once the knight gets to e5, there's just too much.
Activity for white, yeah?
Yeah.
Squares, like you said, too many squares as well.
But then bishop g4, knight f3. No, I don't like this stuff, guys.
I agree. I would have tried to play b5 somehow earlier just to make something happen, but I don't know if that's even good because I might not have time. You're coming very quickly with
Oh,
95.
maybe, once I take on g3, maybe
Yeah.
here I should go d5.
Yeah.
Because I got rid of the bishop,
Yeah.
the pressure. I always have knight b6 available. So knight f1, I guess, is the move, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's try it. Knight f1.
Move number 19, knight f1. Before, yeah, I should go b4 as soon as I can, right?
Oh, immediately. And if I take, you're going rook b8?
Yes.
Ah,
Rook
okay.
b8.
Okay. And after e3, a5?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was aiming for, to immediately
Is this okay?
get something.
I can go knight e5, yeah, maybe, and I can go knight
So,
e5 after a5.
Ah,
okay, let's see. You take rook b8, a3, a5, knight e5. All right. Do I have a reason to panic here?
Never, never panic.
never
It's
panic.
quite, yeah, I don't know. I'm actually just kind of wondering whether
I should probably take. Takes. And then maybe go, okay, the knight has to retreat. What are you wondering, Matthew?
No, I'm just wondering whether when we go h6 bishop h4 just earlier on, whether we could go knight h5 and try and get the bishop pair instead.
Okay, here. So you're move number 16. You want to go knight h5.
Yeah, I'm just wondering somehow.
Yes. No, this is a very valid point. Makes sense. But I initially was a bit afraid of bishop d8, but maybe that's not a big deal because we can go knight to d to f6, right? And then we can kind of drive the bishop.
Yeah.
Drive the bishop away. Okay, knight h5. That's more of a ambitious approach, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say if I go knight f1, g5, bishop g3, knight g3. Now I need to really understand how I want to recapture. Knight f1, g5, bishop g3, knight g3. Mm, okay, let's say HG. Then you just put the knight to f6. Yeah, this is
I think
actually
so, yeah.
far healthier. Yeah,
Yeah.
knight h5. Okay, knight h5 I have to think how to respond to. Okay, of course there is this typical bishop d1 business. I mean, 95 g5, bishop d1.
Yeah, I go knight f4, I was thinking.
And you have the knight to d3 tricks.
Yeah, I don't know. Not quite sure how they are, but they're
They
giving.
should be great. I mean, yeah, that should be good for black. Yeah. That
So
I'm
let's just say bishop after instead of knight f1, bishop d1.
yes,
What, knight
yes.
f4 immediately?
G5 or g5.
First g5. Okay.
Knight e5, knight f4, bishop g3, knight takes e5, bishop f4, knight f3.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, this is fine, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And if I yeah, after knight e5, I don't think I can afford to take on e5. Knight d3, this is too much. After all, we're in an endgame. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with your development. Yeah. Knight got to the heart of the position. Okay. So this is the way to play. Knight h5. Okay.
Very nice idea. Just by the way, a lot of people are commentating this game is heading toward a draw. Both players are clearly playing for a draw just because they exchange so many pieces.
Nonsense.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, please do comment that, Levon. No filter needed.
Then you should count every game played by Magnus as an attempt to make a draw.
Yeah, and I
And
agree.
you know
This
one
is
thing
yeah.
I can add. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
That
yeah, please do.
every single time I played against Vishy, I felt that he wants to make a draw.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
And how many times there was a draw?
I mean, a lot, but quite
Okay.
often I lost as well.
Yes.
You know, because I was so kind of, you know, it was like a lullaby, a sweet lullaby. He was showing no ambition on his face, and then I was slowly getting outplayed. Of course, I have a good score against Vishy, but I mean, in the games that I've lost, I always had this feeling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, would like to Matthew. Would you like to add? This is not a draw. It's position.
No, I mean, you can see, you know, there's complexity in it simply, yeah? And it's a world championship opening, I think, where you found some sort of setup that's giving black some challenges, and now you're letting the black player just work it out. And yeah, I mean, it's easy to go wrong here with black and just end up in a rather joyless position. So yeah, no, going to need some good thinking from.
You know, quite often I do this when I'm preparing some opening. I put this position to a friend of mine I mean, he's been a top 100 player, but he's a pretty good player. And I put it on a board, and I call this a Common Joe test. I tell him, okay, this is the position, I know the ideas, and you don't know the ideas. Let's play. And I feel that he solves the issues quickly. I understand that this is not really playable. But this is type of a position, I think, that is not that easy to play with black. Definitely, there are decisions to be made.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, absolutely. And also just to maybe take a break from analyzing this line, just another question from a viewer. What do you think is the most playable opening with white? So an opening that gets the most play. I know this is kind of a tough question, but for example, he was giving a suggestion. What if a human GM and Stockfish team play against Magnus in Classical? Of course, Magnus would not have a lot of chances with Stockfish there. But it's more of an amateur question, I would guess. But I guess they're wondering what has the most dynamic kind of style, which is very hard because black can also decide to play something more calm, yeah, to say. Mm,
Well,
yeah.
for me personally, I think E4 has more potential somehow to get a game, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually would
uh,
say so.
with the state of things, it's it's not that easy to get a game.
No, yeah, I agree. It's also very hard because chess is not so easy, so you can just say, no, I'm gonna play e4 and I'm gonna get a dynamic position. It doesn't work like that. For example, this is not really a very dynamic position, but it's imbalanced, so that's what's important, that you are creating some chances from either its positional or pawn structure or materialistic. So yeah, this is a very hard question to answer, but yeah, no, thank you for the questions, everybody, and everybody is very excited by your comments. Uh, so
Matthew, can I try to go
mhm.
a full Neanderthal here?
Oh,
So after knight h5, let me try g4. I know
oh,
you're opting for.
I was going to suggest it, but I didn't dare somehow. That was, I was thinking he's just going to say, amateur player. Yeah, no, it's interesting, I think. But after knight f4, you want to go bishop g3 or something, maybe, or
I'm actually not that sure. I'm also contemplating about knight f1.
knight f1.
Let's say you go g5, bishop g3, knight f6, right? And then I don't know, I have this feeling that something should be here. Maybe it's just a mirage. Let's say knight e3, bishop g4, right?
Yeah.
And then I want to take and play h4.
Oh, you wanna trap my knight on g4. That's what you want to do.
If I'm allowed to.
Not, yeah. I mean, if I do something like, I was thinking of rook d8 somehow, but
Yeah, I see. You want to play knight d3 next, yeah?
yeah, yeah. Or or after hg, knight h3 check takes g5. That's
Yes.
Okay, let's
Yes.
try
you
it.
can throw in you can throw in a bishop f5 though. That's
Rook d8, bishop f5, knight f6.
that takes on g5.
Maybe this is something. I mean, maybe I have achieved something little, yeah?
Yeah. I think you've
I'm
achieved a
still
little
not
bit.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, G4's really really interesting. Sometimes.
Okay, of course, the most natural for white is not knight f1, is bishop g3. And then if you go knight f6, knight e5, yeah?
Yeah.
And then I play f3, and I pretend that this is all part of a grand plan. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm wondering if black can just go knight h3, like very mundane approach. Let's say king g2, and then take a knight g5. But this is passive. This is not what I want to do. No.
I can play knight h4 and an f4. Afterwards.
But also, I can take on g5 and go knight f3, and then it's hard to defend the pawn. No.
Oh, yeah.
This is wrong. This is very, very wrong.
Okay, we don't like it.
Okay, so no. So bishop g3 is correct. Yes. What about, let's say, 1 second. So g4. Let's try g5. It's the most principled, yeah?
Yeah.
If it works, it works. Yeah. And let's say bishop g5, hg takes. And what's going on in here?
Yeah.
G4, right? G4.
We have
I think you have to. This is going to be really dangerous, this.
For
I
black,
don't
right?
want. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm even keen on h6 to be honest, but
Yeah, this looks a bit scary. I wouldn't dare to do that, even if engine says it's equal.
Okay, then how do you guys play after g4? Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. Mm,
yeah, I mean, I think knight f4, bishop g3 is kind of
Oh yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I think
Bishop
this is,
g3.
but maybe I should.
hmm.
This knight e5 is kind of irritating. I mean, g5's got to be. Feels like it's at some
It's the
stage
move, right?
it's going to be the move somehow. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it's
a bit worried about h4, Matthew, to be
yeah,
honest.
no, that's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is absolutely true.
As my friend Peter Lecca will say, tachi pachi.
Yeah, okay. No, this is
Yeah,
unpleasant.
it's true. It's not
Ugh.
knight f6, knight e5.
Yeah, I don't see anything after bishop g3 that I like.
Maybe this g5, h4 is not the end of the world. Let's say knight f6. hg, knight g5, bishop g4.
Mm-hmm.
Feels scary a little, but
Structurally, right?
yeah, it feels like I could just. But yeah, okay. I mean, there's and the fact that this bishop on d6 is loose, of course, it just makes you a little bit nervous somehow. But yeah, maybe not.
I guess knight f3, yeah? Knight
Yeah, knight
d...
df3 to come into e5. Yeah.
Knight df3. Okay, let's say knight h3.
Mm-hmm. Where do we go? King h2 or something?
Yeah, I think king h2, bishop g3, king g3,
King g3.
knight g5, knight g5, and bishop d7. This is passive, of course, but I have to bring my bishop to c6, I think, for safety.
Ugh.
Yeah, that would probably be
Maybe it's tiny bit more pleasant with white, or
a little more pleasant for white. Yeah. I mean, you can. I think you can claim you're going to do something somehow, somewhere. I think
yeah.
with white, but
I kind of don't see a way for black to release attention in this position. I mean, there is no easy way to kind of immediately have a plan, right?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
rid
yeah.
of this slight press.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's with this
Okay.
pawn structure. Yeah, that's why I don't like pushing c4 immediately, because now you're responsible for for the d5
So
pawn outlet.
what's the position we have on the board?
Still knight bd2. Ding is thinking for 20 minutes already. He's in deep tank, which, like, given our analysis, we understand that he needs to figure out how to solve all his positional
Yes.
problems right now, especially because white has so many ideas. Knight e5 is strong.
I have an idea,
if you want.
guys.
Yes,
I have an
please.
idea.
Where? After h6?
Maybe before h6. Oh, wait. Now I'm a bit worried. Maybe I don't have an idea. No. Knight h5, bishop h7 is too strong. g6, bishop h6, not. This will not end well, definitely.
Oh, to go knight h5 immediately. Ooh.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
was trying to stop g4, because then g4, knight f4, there is knight h3 check. But
Yeah.
this is... I mean, I've lost my faith in black's position here.
Yeah, it feels a little bit.
Oh no. No, let's not be that negative.
I fear something bad will happen here. Yeah. Maybe it's not a big deal, but I just feel like knight g5, knight f6, h3, then the other knight is coming to e5. It will not be easy to unpin from this.
Yeah, no, it looks tricky. Looks tricky.
Yes. Okay. No, there has to be like a human way of playing. What did computers choose here? Wait, let me just go back. Probably they had this position, right?
Hmm. I mean, I don't know if computers played this before.
I think so. Yes.
Com- Computers like taking on e7 with a bishop more than with a king, if I remember correctly.
Okay, so rook e8.
Mhm.
Go to my reference. All right, so stock. Yeah, this is the stockfish game. Yeah, rook
Mm.
e1 takes king e8, bishop g5, knight d7. Oh, okay. So stockfish went knight h4 and move 14. He didn't go knight d2.
Wow.
Okay, okay. I guess that's what Ding's team was planning, and after 92, he's in a thinking mode because of
The
that.
game was knight h4, g6, g3,
Ah.
knight g8, knight g2, knight f8. This is all reminding me of Mickey's chess. You know, like
Yeah.
there is a lot of weaving, some sort of. I think Matthew and I, we both have a great appreciation for Michael Adams's chess. So
Absolutely. No,
I as well. I as well. He's amazing.
yeah.
we,
And
he
then
seems
actually the game was very interesting, and somehow, yeah, game ended in a draw. But the patterns, I absolutely love to look at the way the computers create, you know, problems for each other. And then suddenly, at the moment when you feel, oh my god, this is already a problem for black, that the game ends in a
in a
quick
draw. Yeah.
draw. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very hard to understand from human perspective, but like you said, Levon, if you dive deep into it, it it's very interesting and it can make you very happy and excited, yeah? About chess in general. That it's not stagnating, but it's improving with new ideas.
sure. Oh, there is also a game of a human game, guys.
Okay?
So Damjanovic, Kramer, uh, Damjanovic, Vuk, Kramer, Julian.
Mm.
Yes, knight d2, h6, bishop h4, knight h5, rook e1,
Oh,
king f8, and knight f1 was played. Yes, we determined that knight f1 is not dangerous, but we felt that g4 is the move.
yeah.
Now it's for us to understand what's wrong with g4. I might have an idea, actually. I'm thinking now,
Mm-hmm.
um, what if I just answer with knight f6, knight h f6?
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Ah, and if h3 you want to go g5, then that's the idea.
Yes, get a
Ah,
better version of this.
that is clever.
Okay.
Thank you. So now, of course, 95. 95 is the move, right? I mean, the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
obvious one. And then bishop e5, de, knight g4. I'm scared, but I
Ooh.
have to. I have to do it.
F4 though, yeah.
Or knight f3. I mean, depending on your.
Depending on your mood, yeah.
Yes, knight f3, h5. Oh my god. Not so happy with black. I don't know. I'm allowing e6. I'm allowing all kinds of things here. Guys, I'm fighting for my life.
And we're enjoying it.
Yeah. No, I don't believe this will work for black somehow. I don't think knight f6 is the way to go. Yeah, knight e5 is just too strong, right?
Yeah, I think it's a nice initiative for white in any case. And
Okay, so g4, g5 is dangerous, knight f6 is dangerous, knight f4 is a must, and then you go bishop g3. Okay,
So,
this position might happen.
yeah, and somebody before in the chat suggested move bishop b8, which makes sense. You're
I actually
protecting the
thought of
bishop.
this just now.
Yeah,
Bishop b8. Yeah, this is what I
let's
wanted
think
to
about
say.
it.
Yeah, very natural. Bishop b8. We're
Very.
back. We're back. Okay, knight f1 is what I expect.
Yeah.
The thing that is annoying that I can never really go knight f6 and threaten this pawn, because knight e5 and then pawn to f3, I get this feeling that this is not a great position for black.
Yeah.
This guy is somehow, I mean, is not going to be feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
What if I play something like h4 as white and just
Oh, after bishop b8, even that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, just play h4 and then just stop you going g5 and
you're very greedy. You're very greedy.
yeah, but I just sort of thing is bishop b8, they're the type of moves that are sort of that I, as a sort of a middle game player mainly, would play in the end game somehow, and then somebody just plays something quiet against you, just takes away one of your options, and you suddenly realize that the calculation doesn't quite work somehow. I'm just sort of it feels like black's either black's got something now, or he's just putting his pieces on rather.
I like h4. I think h4 is a good move. We're just keeping all the options,
all the advantages, and
there has to be a solution, folks. I'm not sure if bishop b8 is the solution, but there has to be a solution here. Okay.
It's amazing how much time we're taking to get our rook and our bishop into play somehow. Just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, if we count the tempi, white is so ahead. Yeah.
I think it's incredible. Simply, really, really quite amazing how. I mean, it makes you sort of think that maybe we should be. Yeah, we should be. Maybe we should be playing h6 and then trying to make e5 work somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Knight h5, g4 somehow feels like the refutation. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Doesn't feel like we're making equality somehow here. So.
Yeah. What about 98 instead of knight h5? I'm trying to regroup and put the knight to c7 to defend my d5, and then do the similar type of things. Are you going to play knight f1 now? Or
Yeah, I was almost wondering. I was wondering a little bit about b3 as well. Actually, that was also, and to take back with the bishop and attack d5. But
yes, that's logical, but that at least gives me hope.
Yeah, it gives you some. Yeah, I want to play. Actually, I want to play. Yeah, b3, bishop b3, and then c4 and knight takes c4. That's the and try to attack you that way.
You want
somehow.
to punish me? Okay, I see.
I want to punish you completely. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Love that.
But yeah, I mean, it's maybe not the first move to look at, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because you're taking a lot of time, of course. So
what if I go b5? I mean, what's the scare?
Okay, b5. I can't just. What if I take on c4 here? Am I?
Yes. bc. Let's say.
And bishop a4.
Yeah, I get it. Bishop a4. Okay, you're looking for some tricky business here. And if I go rook b8, you want to play bishop c6?
Yeah, yeah, I guess bishop c6. I was wondering about knight e5 as well, actually, but
me too.
I'm not worried about knight e5.
No.
I'll just grab it and play knight e5, knight d and bishop c5.
Yeah.
And Bob's your uncle.
Indeed. Yeah. No, let's try bishop c6 after rook b8. Let's try that one.
Okay. But you know that if you don't obliterate me here completely,
then I'm
in the next couple of
it,
moves,
yeah.
yes. Knight c7, bishop d8.
Yeah, let's do it.
And now I can go rook b6 or knight f6. I think both moves are actually
Mhm.
doing fine. Let's say rook b6.
Ooh.
I like that response.
Black is slightly better, I have a feeling.
I want to take on. Oh, I want to take on d5. Sorry.
Yeah, sure. Knight d5.
Knight takes d5 and knight c4.
Yes, rook a6. Takes
Yeah,
on d6 and c4, but then
c4,
I
c4.
can play knight to 7 to b6.
I take.
Mhm.
I mean in the worst case scenario.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also can play knight 7 to f6.
Okay. Or bishop a5. You've got rook a6. Yeah.
Yes. Your tricks didn't work.
Yeah, no, the tricks didn't work. The tricks didn't work. This is too much. This is too much. Yeah, this is not. But yeah, b3, b5 is a good reply. Actually, it looks like, or at least it's. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yes.
definitely the most.
I somehow feel b3 is not that scary.
Oh, ding!
Okay.
h6, bishop h4 has been played there.
Finally, Ding managed to calculate everything. Yeah, 8-6 is a.
Now this is.
Tough
Oh,
move.
by the way, I'm just looking at Leela here.
Mhm.
That knight h5 is currently the top move for Leela.
So rg4 has an issue.
Look well currently. Yeah, it's but it says funnily enough, the thing I always like seeing with Leela is it gives the probability of the move being best, and knight h5 is 83% probability of it being the best move, and b5 is 8% chance of it being the best move. So
Mhm.
And
it likes
king f8 is not considered at all.
yeah, a
It is.
4% chance of being the best move. Kind of transposes into b5 a lot, basically. So yeah, not so
Mhm.
much difference. But knight h5, b5, and king f8 are the three top moves for Leela.
Okay, so it means we need to focus on g4 and find a way for
Yeah.
black to play. Okay, knight f4 is the way. Anything else doesn't make much sense. And after bishop g3, we just have to understand how to proceed here. How about if we go knight b6? I have a daring concept.
A daring concept. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Despite it being so early in the US, you're still coming up with daring concepts. That's just all right. I'm going to go. Let me just play the obvious one. I'm going to go knight e5.
Yes, and I want to take that one.
And I'm going to take it with the rook.
Right. Um, okay, my daring concept was connected with you recapturing with a pawn, but
Oh,
now since you took with the rook, my concept didn't become less daring. I go knight
oh,
d3. It's still quite daring.
that is quite interesting. Knight d3, yeah. Okay, so
Is this daring? What do you guys say? What do you folks say?
yeah, you're really you're going for it. Can I do something equally daring? I'm not
Let's
sure.
go.
I'm guessing I should take on d3 and play
Uh-huh.
f. Ooh, you just want to go bishop e6, don't you? You're just gonna.
Yes, bishop e6 and knight c4.
Yeah.
And I'm a happy camper. I have a pawn on d3 and things will work out somehow.
Mm.
All right. What if I? I think I'm going to take on d3 somehow. But what if I take on d3 and then if I go h3?
Wait a second, where? Oh yeah, h3, okay. So h3, you want to meet bishop e6 with f4, but
Yeah.
uh, that's not scary at all.
Ah, damn it! I was hoping it was gonna make you petrified, Levon. I was really
No,
hoping
no,
for a
no.
scared reaction there.
So bishop e6, f4. Okay, I guess what you want. You want me to play rook e8, and then you want to recapture and play b3. You
Yeah,
can't play
yeah,
b3 because rook c8 was
yeah.
extremely
Right,
nasty.
yeah. That's right.
Yes. So now I have a move that I can make. I mean, let's say rook to c8.
Okay, I'll play f5 then.
Yes,
Mhm.
bishop d7.
Okay.
F6, gf, rook h5. But I don't know how scary is that.
Mm.
Maybe
Okay.
not scary at all.
Maybe not needed. Oh.
Do.
I'm still in time for my knight c4 business.
Yeah, you're in time somehow. Yeah, it's. I'd need to have a move extra somehow with white. You feel to be really
Yes.
have any chance to do anything here somehow.
Yeah, because if you don't do anything, let's say you bring your king out, then I'll go f6, rook e3, and knight c4, and
Yeah,
dc, and then I'm in time with this rook e8 counterplay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, this looks quite decent somehow.
Very solid. Okay, so let's go
Yeah.
back to knight b6, my daring concept. No, what I was thinking would be the way to go for white is maybe to take with the d pawn. Yes. And
Hmm.
here the outrageous idea was knight h3, but maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I can just go knight d3 here as well.
Mm.
Be less daring and more sane.
We don't like that.
Okay, knight h3 was my original
Yeah.
idea. Let me just
Okay, let's.
point that.
Yeah, please show us.
But I want to play knight d3 because I want to get in mind of Ding
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
play like he would.
Yeah, this is more. This feels more
Mm.
like him somehow. Yeah, I mean, knight d3 looks quite looks very reasonable. Unless we've got something we can do something daring ourselves like rook b1 and to play b3 or something. But
Okay, so you want to surrender your g4 pawn
Let's
yeah,
take it.
just for the just for an illusion.
just for laughs, b3.
Yeah. This is totally outrageous. I mean, black is already slightly better with any move.
It could be. Yeah, yeah, that could be.
I can go rook c8. I can go. I mean, because you're not threatening anything. I mean, your only threat is to go a4.
Yeah,
So I can just go rook e8. Let's say.
rook e8. Okay.
Once I force you to play f4, then I mean that's just too much. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not really feeling this. So
Yeah, your type of daring was
was all wrong. It was all wrong, Levon. That's
too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say if white takes on d3,
Mm-hmm.
c take d.
Yeah.
So move 22.
Are we just going rook e3 or h3? Or h3 followed by knight c4 looks dangerous.
Yes, it
Mm-hmm.
requires some concept here from white's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
side. Otherwise, of course, I'm trying to figure out what concept can we come up with.
Rook e3 looks simple. Just taking the d3 for g4 and saying, okay, I have some advantage. If I do, maybe.
I don't think you do. I think
Really?
it's, yeah. I mean, even if I, let's say, go solid, let's
Mm-hmm.
say bishop e6.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to go something like f4, bishop f2, rerouting my bishop.
But f4, knight c4. And
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you're
this
saying my dream
is,
is over.
yeah, it's some sort of a Berlin type of position
Mm-hmm.
where you have the space, you have the opponent has some weaknesses, but yeah, the opposite color bishop just makes it impossible.
Okay. Okay, so something else. Let's try something more ambitious then. If possible,
Yes,
even.
yes. So knight b6, Mr. Sadler.
Yeah, it's looking quite solid. I was wondering about throwing in a4, but I think even some.
Aha.
Well, yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's just even something like a5 simply. I would actually just end up helping black, I think, because this pawn on a4 is
But I
simply weak.
like this type of things. Let's say a4.
Mm-hmm.
And what if I just take on g4?
Well, I was hoping for knight e5 then.
Bishop
Um,
e5?
yeah, rook e5,
Knight d3?
knight d3. Oh, you're still doing the same.
Correct?
Always want the same.
If it
They
works,
all
it
want the
works.
same. They all want the same.
Yeah, no,
Dear Matthew.
this is too much. This is too much.
This 92 idea is very nice. Simple, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, the other line I was wondering about instead of a4 was to go g5 maybe.
Yes,
Ooh.
this is the move that I expected.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
oh, Ding has played knight h5, right?
Yes, knight h5.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
Ding has played
Oh,
knight h5.
okay.
So
So move 15, he went knight h5, yes.
Yeah.
yeah. So we're getting quite close
Yes,
Yes.
to the lines that we're looking at somehow.
to our meditations.
Yeah, it's quite good at least. At least the stuff that we're looking at is kind of relevant somehow. That's quite amazing.
Yeah. This might be on the board. I mean, I'm glad that Dink found this knight h5 idea, and I'm curious how Gukash will respond. The g4 or not? What do you think? I think he will go g4. Or is it not
Yeah,
his
yeah.
usual?
No, I think if you don't go g4,
Mhm.
then you don't want anything, I think.
Mm.
Because if you allow g5, then I mean all your development
Yeah.
makes no sense, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
counts for nothing somehow. Yeah.
Okay, let's concentrate. G5 you go. G5. You're playing for tricks. So you want to meet knight h3, king g2, bishop g3 by gh, and then you promote, and you're happy.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand your happiness. Yes, I would be happy too. So this I cannot do, and I have to take on g5 somehow. I mean,
Okay.
with the fear in my heart, I have to face the demons. Knight g5, and I should go bishop g4, let's say. Either bishop g4 or bishop d7. I'm not so sure. Maybe bishop d7 actually is more annoying for white to face.
Yeah.
Because I'm immediately threatening to go f6 and rook e8 at first.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good.
First,
Mhm.
yes, at first convenience.
This looks good for black. Best.
Yeah, not too
Almost.
impressive. Somehow I managed to fortify my knight on
Okay.
f4.
I'll go knight. Oh no, that's not going to work.
Matthew is looking for tricks,
I want tricks. I want tricks.
but I don't think they exist here. I mean,
Now you're
I
looking.
see one trick: knight df3, f6, knight a7, king g8, knight e5. Yeah, I guess this is what you have in mind. But then knight h3 check, and then I have this some sort of a pin with rook e8 at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I really would have. You'd really need to have prepared this as white if you're going to go for something like this. This is really, yeah, this is really bananas. Yeah, it's strange somehow. I kind of expected there might be a couple more tricks, but
Okay, knight d3, you can go and then prepare for f6. I mean, after f6, you can take on f4 and play knight e6. But I just taken king f7. Now this is too little even to
it's
be
not enough.
worried
No.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you might be a bit disappointed to hear this, but nor Stockfish nor Lila actually have g4 in their top four moves.
Well, no, they're not actually. Actually, Leela's not even looking at rook e1 check. Actually, funnily enough, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
Maybe rook e1 check is wrong.
yeah. I mean, actually, the fifth best move for Leela
Yeah.
is g4, but without rook e1. Oh, they're transposing. Leela's transposing
Yeah.
after g4, g4 knight f4, bishop g3, king f8, rook e1. We're getting our stuff somehow.
Okay.
We are from the similar generation with Matthew, so that's why our patch, we haven't been patched to
You
understand the
haven't been
position
patched.
better.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's with Levon just being somewhat faster and more advanced than me. But yeah, we should tend to look at similar-ish moves at least to start with.
Yeah,
So
no. I love that one of you, when you were analyzing, is playing white pieces and the other black, and then it's just like a clash uh, of two great styles. So I absolutely love watching that. But I just wanted to chip in and check Leela zero because otherwise it's, of course, very, very amazing analysis.
Yes, yes. So what is the point of not giving a check? There must be a point. Oh,
Mhm.
I know. You know what I was thinking, guys? I was thinking that maybe the point is that we have the e1 square for the knight. Therefore, we can go knight e1, g5, bishop d1. Then I realized knight df6 is the same old, same old. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Interestingly enough, if you're looking now at the second best move for Leela in this position, it's a4,
Yes.
which makes lovely sense considering all the lines you've been playing with knight b6 somehow.
And
Yes.
b5. Leela actually loves
And
b5 as well.
let's
with that.
say a4, g5. So as I understand the approach, the barbarian approach doesn't work. So we have to be cultured.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So
Play
we go
bishop,
bishop
yeah.
g3, knight g3.
hg3 is what.
Yes, gentlemanly recapture here, and then let's say a5.
Yeah, Leela was saying knight f6, and then White's playing knight e5, and then following up with f4. And knight f1 to e3.
Yes.
Look quite look quite pleasant somehow, I have to say.
What if I try to plant my knight on b6? I somehow like it on b6 because it kind of
Yeah,
touches the a4 pawn.
yeah, feels like a good choice. I mean, knight f1 to e3 is kind of I guess the
Okay,
obvious
knight
way.
f1,
Let's do that.
knight b6, knight e3, and let's say I go bishop d7 and put the bishop to c6.
Ooh, that's okay. I'll go.
Am I playing with fire?
Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Let's say knight e5. So
Yes. I was thinking I can play bishop c6 here, but I just noticed that maybe some knight f5, rook e1, and
yeah,
you
knight
immediately
f5 is going to
create.
be very, very awkward here.
Aha. So okay, so bishop d7 is not correct. But then if I cannot play bishop d7, bishop c6, then why the hell am I playing knight b6? That's a reasonable question. Okay.
Well, I mean, you get with the knight on b6. At least you get the chance to play f6 somewhere, maybe.
I'm
Although,
not.
yeah,
I'm not too
yeah, no, I'm not
excited.
sure actually. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so that means a5 is wrong and knight f6 is correct. Simple conclusion.
Chess is easy, yeah? You would even say.
Yeah, once you cannot really, I mean, you don't have the time to put the pieces where you want, then you should just opt for another setup.
Yeah. Okay, knight f6.
So we go knight e5, I guess. Yeah, we're just going to try and play knight f1 to e3 and f4.
95. Okay, let's say king f8.
King f8, okay.
Knight
Logical.
f1, yeah?
Yeah.
Knight f1. Let's do knight f1.
I see your point. I see what you want to do. And if I go something like knight g4 here, then you have to go f4, I guess.
I think so.
Yes, and after f4...
Is that true? I'm wondering whether I can just take and go knight e3, actually, and then after knight g4, just take knight e3, maybe play bishop f5.
bishop e6.
Yeah, bishop f5.
Oh, this stuff, yeah, it worries me quite a lot because I feel you're trying to make a draw with white, and I don't want to make a draw yet.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Just h5.
Oh.
No, I think this bishop exchanging the pair of knights is
Yeah, no, you're probably right.
is not too ambitious.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you have to go f4, I guess. f4, and now this is the critical moment. If I take and go f6, I'm just trying.
Oh, wow.
Determined. You get a better version of
what we had before.
Yes, so 93. Let's say bishop e6.
Yeah, g3.
Yes.
This must be nice, yeah.
It's very nice, but it all depends if I'm in time for h5, h4. If I'm not in time, I apologize. You're right, I'm wrong, and we move forth. But actually, yeah, I don't like this. Yeah, king g2. No. This, I've been too much. And after f4, maybe I should just ignore. Go something like bishop e6.
Okay.
Oh, but then I lose the pawn. No. No, I don't lose the pawn. Aha. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I go bishop e6, 21.
Bishop b6 on move 21. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And okay. What if I take knight g4, bishop g4, knight e3, bishop e6? I go f5 anyway. You're going bishop,
bishop
d7, and let's say I go king f2.
You might have some problems with your h6 pawn, actually.
Yeah, I'm going rook h1 and after king g7, f6, yeah?
No. I'm not happy. No. I allowed myself to get carried away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bishop e6 a bit too slow.
So knight f1, I should probably just be humble.
Yeah. How do we do that?
There is a video of the MMA fighter Habib, and I think he's talking to some other fighter, and then he just says, "My friend, the medals are too heavy on your neck. Be humble, my friend. and and this is what have to be. The medals shouldn't be too heavy for us. So I have to be humble.
Yeah.
Uh, so bishop e6, yeah, I think, or something.
Immediately,
Yes.
okay, after knight f1, yeah, bishop e6.
But
Yeah.
okay, 93. Are you maybe?
So 90. I like white's position actually, guys.
Yeah, it's pleasant. Yeah, I mean, it's just I wouldn't really like to face this against a good player as black. Really, I mean, I wouldn't be
You
wouldn't
just
be
play
very.
f4 and you're,
Yeah,
And we're chilling, yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
You know
enjoying
what's
life
the
right now.
reaction? A common reaction for black in these positions is to go g4.
Oh,
Because I try to play g4 h5, so you don't have like a
yeah.
f3 square for your bishop.
Nice, nice. Okay.
And I try to build some sort of a fortress. But this is kind of, I mean, it's annoying to face this with black.
Yeah,
Especially in such a harmless opening.
yeah. You just sort of feel really, yeah.
Yeah, because you have to calculate all these bishop f5s and knight f5s. The b3 thrusts. Nice position. a4. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I've learned something today.
Well, I'm glad you as well. I'm learning with every commentary you're having. But if you guys don't mind, I mean, to take some break right now. Of course, we analyzed almost everything, but we still have so many things to analyze. This position is not boring. This position is not drawish. In fact, it has so many play ahead. And if you guys don't mind, I would be happy to have some coffee so I can remember even more things after the break.
I'll go brew some tea.
Perfect. And I would just also like to mention that I am reading all the chats also on all platforms. So please write your comments or your questions, and we'll be right back with you in a few minutes. welcome back to the official broadcast, Lichess broadcast, of course, for a match between Gukesh and Ding Liren, playing right now in Singapore. And oh my, did we analyze anything and everything? G4 on the board by Gukesh. We kind of predicted that, but then we had a little peek at Lila and Stockfish, and it was not in their top 4 moves. So we started to think about something like A4, Knight F1, but also what is important, Levon, Gukesh included Rook E1, which apparently was not best computer move.
Yes, yes. So Gukesh proved that he's one of us.
Yes,
he needs to upgrade his operating system.
To Lila or Stockfish. No, I mean, Rook E1, very natural move. It makes sense. Make a check. King has to move to a more passive square. You have a rook on the open file. It just makes sense from a human perspective. And yes, we had a break, and look at all the beautiful mugs we brought. I think Levon wins the the competition.
Yes, I'm ready for fireworks. I'm ready for a long game.
So I guess no breaks anymore for Levon. He's prepared for everything and anything right now. And yeah, okay, let's just go. Let's just dive into the position right now. I mean, Rook E1, King F8, and G4. Oh, Matthew, G4. That means Gukesh is playing a sharp game.
Yeah, he's playing this position. He's playing to exploit the chances in this position. I think. Yeah, I think if you'd if you play something like Knight F1 or whatever, then you might still get some sort of edge, but it's not so interesting here. This is the way that you play if you're serious about making something in the position. And yeah, I mean, you saw with the analysis that we did, it's not so easy for Black to find exactly the right way of developing the pieces, and it's also, yeah, there's lots of little details that you have to take into consideration. So
and
yeah,
also, unless you understand the depth of position, sorry to interrupt you.
Go for it.
Unless you understand that there's factors that you can actually play slow with white, with A4, which is not an easy way. G4 seems like the only viable play, the only move that keeps the game going.
Yeah. And also, I think, Levon, when we check this Knight H5, you immediately said, okay, but G4, this is kind of a critical variation to look at when you want to play a move like Knight H5, because the threat of G5, Bishop G3, and we're taking this bishop with a knight. This is, from human perspective, kind of annoying, and I almost did expect G4, even though there were so many other moves playable for white. But it just looks natural. I want to keep my bishop, and I want to move it to G3, where it will be very annoying on the diagonal, especially because D6 bishop is not protected.
Yes.
And yeah, what do we expect now from Ding? I mean, he's thinking, and I just want to mention the times. Gukesh has 1 hour and 8 minutes, while Ding has 1 hour and 4 minutes. It's move 17. And the time management since the third game now has been much better, especially as we saw that Ding did lose on time. Okay, it was the last position, but he lost on time, and now he's holding on to Gukesh's time, which is great for Ding. And okay, but he's thinking. He probably did predict this move. We're just waiting for him to.
For us, it took like 15 minutes of analysis together, three of us. Yes. I mean, it took us 15 minutes to understand there was actually Knight B6 move. Yes. And this idea with Knight D3. So, of course, at least 20 to 25 minutes are needed for Ding to find these subtleties. There are just too many options just to play natural moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also we were moving our analysis on the board, so it made it slightly easier for us. Well, Ding has to be in his head, but of course, professionals have no trouble visualizing the board.
I mean,
And yeah, please.
just wondering, Levon, I mean, how would you do this? Because, I mean, you sort of feel, I think you feel quite quickly as black that if your plan's going to mean anything at all, you'll play knight f4, not knight f6 or g5, which looks really really risky. Would you play knight f4 quickly and then think about the position once Gukesh has played bishop g3, or would you stop to think here and then try and play the next few moves quickly?
From practical point, once you understand that knight f6, knight e5 is unpleasant, you understand that g5 is way too risky. You play knight f4 immediately, and then you go from there. I guess that's the practical thing to do. I mean, you're not going to get a great position after knight f6, knight e5. I think that's given.
You might have to have a think about g5, maybe think, oh, could I maybe do something crazy with that? But yeah, it's just noticing that that Ding's thinking for 7 minutes and all that. And you would have thought, well, you pretty quickly you'd really expect play knight f4 and then okay, then we'll have the big think after knight f4 somehow. But yeah.
But in our analysis, we also considered going back to f6 just because we had some troubles with knight f4, bishop g3, and then okay, he did play it now, but I understand some short think, and of course we expect bishop g3 immediately. Or
this is a good sign. This is a good sign for us because we don't want to see any more unforced errors. We want to see good quality chess.
Yes, I mean g4. Matthew, you mentioned something about there's a Guk written about Gukesh's attacking play, and that he likes to attack with his pawns in front of his king.
Yeah, no, it's Natasha Regan, with whom I wrote Game Changer. She did a book recently on Gukesh's tactical play, and she said to me, "Look at it. Gukesh always likes to move the pawns in front of his king." So I said, "Oh, I'm okay." Yeah, I sort of thought, fine, we'll see. But well, there we are, proving it here once again. I mean, they played g4 twice already in the match. Played it in game 1 on move 10, and now here on move 17. So obviously,
but I wouldn't consider g4 as an attacking move. It's everything but an attacking move.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's actually a defending move. You're defending against the g5 threat.
Fair point. No, this is a very fair point, but it is a strategic move. But
I actually think a4 was far more attacking than g4.
Okay. This is from different perspective. It is. I mean, you're kind
because
of
I mean we don't have queens. I mean, there's no way you're going to launch an attack against a king.
That's true. No, you will not.
Unless.
Well, I mean, I'm wondering all of a sudden about g5 here actually, but.
Oh, let's see. Okay, time to check.
Oh no, you're making the move. Not I thought that would be way too much. That would be really.
That would be amazing if we saw g5 immediately, but yeah.
Yeah, that would.
You got excited there, huh?
I got really excited there. Yeah.
It was just Levon, Matthew. Okay. No, okay. g5.
The idea is
all right.
Yes. Take with the knight.
The idea is I'll explain the idea. The idea is that after knight b6, Matthew has planned this.
Yeah. Okay. That.
And mate.
That's one of them.
Yes.
Beautiful. The chances of this happening are very slim, but very good to mention that for the viewers that these are clearly ideas.
So, these are the things that I have to face.
Yes.
Mate in one threats.
Yeah, okay. I mean, g5 is something to be considered, but
like
I
just take and play f6.
Yeah.
And if knight is 6, I just capture. Oh my god.
No,
wait a second. I'm getting mated. Bishop f4,
You're getting
bishop
mated,
d6.
Levon. Yeah.
Once again.
Oops, okay. Yes, yeah. That's a more sensible move.
Bishop g3.
No, come on, Gukesh. but
It
it
was. It was.
makes
It
sense.
wasn't so stupid. I mean, I take on g5, and if you go knight f6, which is sensible, I go knight df3 to e5. That was the idea.
Yes,
But
but I think this position with the rook on e6, I can just play bishop. Oh my, high level game. That's what
wow,
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
God,
about.
that was quick. That was quick.
That was
That was really
very
quick.
quick. That was a bit too quick. um, no, but it makes sense. He spent a lot of time on move knight h5, and then some extra time for knight f4. So he was thinking about this. And yeah, knight b6, beautiful. Wow, ding, good shape.
It's very good. Yeah, no, he got a nice development scheme in his head somehow. Yeah. So
And also, maybe this game 3 was a lesson. Don't go for some crazy stuff. Just try to stay
Um,
solid.
um,
yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Makes sense. And also, I would just like to mention, Matthew, Lila doesn't like this move knight b6 as much as us humans do, because Lila would just go b5 immediately.
Yeah, Lila like b5. Yeah, yeah. That's But I like. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, knight b6. It was. Yeah,
Nor
I think it's a good
it's
move. It's a good move. I think. I think
yes,
it's.
Definitely the
It's
best move in the position. I mean, from a human perspective.
from human.
absolutely.
I mean, you're getting the bishop on c8 developed, attacking a pawn on g4. You know, it. Yeah, b5 leaves white a lot freer somehow. Yeah, I mean, it's white's got a little bit of time there to think about some plans. Whereas knight
Hmm.
b6, you're sort of hitting the pawn on g4. You're forcing white now to keep on going somehow. So
You're asked the question immediately after knight b6. Yes.
Yeah, and we
yeah.
were analyzing some moves like knight e5, a4, also g5.
G5 was one of them indeed. Yeah, knight e5. Levon was just taking on e5 and going knight d3,
Very easy.
basically, and that was pretty easy. So from that point of view, you sort of think, well, let's keep the pin on the knight on f4 and maybe try and do something else. But yeah, I was trying to make h4 work,
Yes.
but that was not working at all. A4, A5 wasn't particularly, or A4, yeah, bishop takes G4 as well. That wasn't working either. I was trying to make some tactics work. G5 would maybe be the other line, but I think that we didn't think that that was that great either. Yeah.
I have an idea. Maybe
Ah.
I cannot really call it an idea. Let's say it's a half of an idea.
Ooh.
Maybe one quarter of an idea.
Okay.
Let me do this. Then you take knight d3. Then let me go rook e3.
Okay.
Now knight e2, I will mate you in two moves. And so you have to take on g4.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to, now I'm not sure. Do I want to give you a check first or not? Okay, let's say I'll give you a check and I'll try, to play b3. I don't know what I want, but I don't know. It's a desperate attempt to make sense of it. Let's say bishop
Yeah.
e6, and I wanted to go, let's say a4. I'm inspired by Matthew, how he played before.
Yeah. This is yeah. You're going to need a couple of weeks, I think, to cleanse yourself of my influence, Levon. It's not really what you want. It's not really what you want, I think. A4.
Does make
Right
sense.
now, to tell you the truth, I'm a bit worried about knight c1.
Ooh.
You'll play. You'll play.
I don't know what I'll play.
B4. You'll play B4 then, and
But then b4, I'm forever stuck with this knight on d3. I mean,
that is true. Yeah.
this wasn't my intention, the original intention. Yeah, I think knight c1 is probably answering all the questions.
And if I decide to play something like a5, you're taking on b3 first, or?
Oh yeah, you mean after knight c1?
Yeah. Just wondering.
Yeah, you can just take c2b, I guess.
We're gonna have a little fork as well on C4. So
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, knight b3, knight c4. Yeah, that's too annoying.
Whoopla. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so this quarter of an idea didn't really work. What about if I go a4 here? That's too much, is it? Okay, let's try. I mean, we're desperate to get a game, so we might as well.
So instead of b3, just a4. Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I'm not sure if I should give a check first or should I go a4 first.
That's, of course.
Let me try
Ooh.
22nd
Possible.
a4.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just take on b2 just for.
Yeah, I want to do that too, but I'm sure Levon has something planned.
I don't. I just.
I've,
Check,
if he's influenced by me, then he's just he's just randomly making moves. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, knight takes b2. Maybe it's bishop
Yes,
b6,
a5.
a5, knight d7. Maybe simply.
You can also go knight 6 to a4.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're brave. But yeah, you can because b5 is coming for black. So.
Yeah, maybe this is playing with fire for white. Okay, I was hoping for some rook g3, some miracle. Some Christmas miracle, but
yeah.
this shouldn't be the case. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel like the danger here. Okay, let me go back and think about this position after knight b6. What are the other resources we've got here?
I mean, b3 is maybe kind of possible.
Aha. Okay, so I see what you want. You want to play 94. So bishop g4, bc, dc. You want to go 94, something like that.
Something like this, yeah. I don't know.
Get some
Yeah.
activity, yeah. Okay, let's try. And of course, the first question is okay. Bishop g4 is looking good, and then you take this c, and you want to go 94 here.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't really feel.
Oh.
G5. Yes. Now he's attacking. Now your point is valid.
Now he's attacking. Okay, now it's good.
Now it's Natasha's.
Correct.
Natasha's point is correct. Yes. Okay, so I was suggesting just to take and play bishop d7, super solido.
Yeah.
This is what I am expecting.
Yeah, when we were analyzing this, were we checking something like taking first and then knight d7? Sorry, bishop d7.
Yeah, takes first
Yes.
and bishop d7 was what we were looking at, indeed.
Yeah.
And it looked really solid, right? Knight df3, you're playing f6 somehow. Oh, quickly
yes.
some. Yeah.
No, I think this is just us checking it.
Yeah, this is us checking. Yeah.
Yeah, also checking the broadcast. If something has happened, no, g5 is still on the board. Yeah, of course, challenging Ding.
Because I like this bishop d7, rook e8. I mean, it's so
solid,
wholesome.
wholesome. I like that.
It's very wholesome. It's true. Yeah. Let's have a look. What if I played b3 here? What if I played b3 here? Maybe. Maybe now.
I have to tell you that I think the game is somehow getting out of control. I mean, for Gukesh. I mean, if he doesn't pay attention, he might be getting a slightly worse position.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
It can happen. Yeah. So let's say
he's reaching quite far. Yeah, with what he's doing here. He's taking on.
Let's say I take on b3, ab, and I go rook c8.
Yeah. This is not.
Unless you have some c4 here, I'm not really worried.
I have some c4s. Yeah.
Okay, and then I take.
I'll take back with the pawn.
I was thinking you wanted to go knight e4, knight c5, but you just want to take.
Possible too, but I'm expecting some tactics somehow.
Yes. I had a point to trick you somehow, but okay. So knight takes c4.
Okay, let's take on c4. That's
yes, rook c4.
And now, let's try bishop b3.
Yes, and let's understand what he wants.
Mhm.
I'm yet to discover.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm yet to discover your motives for
My
going for
master
this.
plan. Hmm.
And if I just take on d4,
Yeah.
what's the?
How do you secretly want
Well,
to
I want to
checkmate
take on f.
us?
I want to take on f7.
But then knight h3 is always there, right?
Um.
Yeah, but your knight's kind of stuck.
Oh, you mean you want to take with a knight?
Knight on f7, yeah. Knight
Oh,
takes.
but then bishop b4, I think, is almost game over.
Mhm.
Ooh. Game over.
Maybe it's okay. You can go like rook e5, yeah.
Yeah, I
But
can do something. It's not. Yeah, it's not what we want, Levon. I mean, I agree.
Yeah, and we are. Sorry.
There are some tactics. I mean, it's just that there's danger around the king. Yeah, I mean, it's with this knight on g5 somehow. So you'd like to try and. But I think probably after dc4, this knight d4 is probably more likely to be interesting. Just to.
Unless bishop b4 finishes any kind of consideration
Oh.
of knight d4, yeah. Because you're also weak on the first. I mean, your king can get mated easily.
I can get mated too. Yeah. That is absolutely true. The way this analysis is going,
This is.
it's feeling like a racing certainty somehow.
Yeah, we really want them to have everything hanging on the board. And by the way, h takes g5 and knight g5 has been played.
Okay.
So we are of course on the right track as we predicted.
But I think Levon's bishop d7 is a really
very nice.
Yeah, it's a really good move somehow.
Very, very nice. How would you evaluate this position after bishop d7 actually?
I think it's still equal. But white needs to be composed, not to allow some unusual activities.
Okay, but which color would you take if you had to take one?
I would probably take black.
And Matthew?
Yeah, I think so too. I like the structure's nice, and if there's no danger, simply then you simply take the structure somehow.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Especially given your analysis, it motivates me to have black even more.
Thank you. Yeah.
And also,
I mean,
please.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm wondering whether I could I play b3 and after c takes b3 take with a knight on b3.
Ooh.
Once again
the tricks are coming.
The tricks. Okay, knight c5, and he wants to take on f4 and have knight d6. Okay, this is his trick. When you're playing against players from UK, I mean, not counting Mickey, because he's sort of an alien like that. I mean, he's more positional. You just have to look for tricks. I mean, once the phase of tricks is gone, I mean. Yes.
Yeah, no, there really is a British school of chess. I think it's really.
Yes. Okay, let me say I am a simpleton. I just go rook e8.
Rook
e8. Yeah.
Yeah, your structure is not looking like the healthiest structure.
I'm feeling like I've kind of
It's the structure of a smoker, I think.
Yeah, no, this is really this is not looking looking good.
The comparisons are getting tough,
Yeah,
hour by hour, minute by minute.
We have to taunt each other, of course. It's fun.
I love it.
Yeah, no, this is horrible. This is really this. Oh, Ding's gone bishop d7 as well.
Oh, lovely! Amazing.
Yeah, no, that's pretty pretty good to have this on the stream. So now we're kind of
Now people actually think that we can play chess
Now you proved yourself.
mistakenly.
Oh yeah, bishop
but
d7,
this is
beautiful.
quite yeah, this is quite. I mean, Black's also got yeah, simple moves like f6 coming in as well. Right? Yeah. It's not looking not looking not looking
Not
obvious.
very good looking.
No, no.
Okay, we have to think
Yes.
how for white to proceed. What's the
Yeah, so rook e8 is kind of almost inevitable for black. So how will we approach it is the question, I guess.
Okay, so rook e3 is with the idea of playing rook f3 at some
Wow.
point. No, it just doesn't make sense because you just play f6
Yeah.
and you push me over. Okay, what else is there?
Okay, can we get this knight from d2 somewhere else?
Yes, but knight f3, black answers with f6.
Yeah, so this is...
Because I think this bishop f4, let's say, or knight e6 first, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I take, rook e6, king f7.
Yeah.
This has a potential of getting a bit better for black, I mean, in the long term.
No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, each pawn and everything. Yeah.
Actually, no. Rook e8, of course, is the best.
Even...
And then I have this bishop c1 things.
Yeah.
At some point.
Black's fine. Completely not a single problem.
Okay, so not like this.
Yeah, I mean, thing is, you could think about a move like knight f1 or something like that. But I mean, then it doesn't really feel like we're going to be doing anything positive at all somehow. Yeah, I mean, it feels like we've just gone past. We've lost our initiative simply. Or it never existed.
Yes.
And it's just you're just a white position with maybe a few active pieces, but also just some weaknesses. It's not at all what you were looking for.
White needs to try to equalize. Yeah, so maybe knight f3 is the same move.
Yeah.
And just go for this position and oh, he went knight gf3.
Which, yeah, it's healthier than knight df3.
Okay. So let's try to understand what's in store if we just play rook e8. Knight e5, I guess. I mean, what else is there? Looks like what he's aiming to play. Yeah. Bishop e5.
Yeah.
B. Yeah, and then knight d3 somehow felt.
Yeah, that looks.
This knight d3 is big pain to white's position. Just works.
I'm actually feeling compelled to consider knight e6 as well.
Yeah, I mean,
being a bit more ambitious.
Yeah, feels like it might have some chances as well. Yeah.
Okay, knight f3, I guess, to stop d4, and some bishop a4 I was considering, but this is the newborn French player is maybe it's actually not making any sense for black. Like knight a4, I don't know. You know what? I'm feeling like maybe I'll get some.
Yeah. No, I mean it's possible, right? Yeah. It's possible you could have something.
Yeah, this is also a very annoying move.
Yeah, because you take, and then I try to play bishop c2. You know, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, and this bishop on g3 is so sad.
No, I guess you have to play bishop h4. I mean, you have to do something concrete here. But also this, I don't know, this knight on d3, in the long term, this can be not too nice. I think a lot depends on Ding's approach now. I mean, if he plays like if he's happy with the draw, then we'll have a quick draw now. But if he
Yeah,
wants to kind of, if he has some ambition, then of course it might be a longer game. Not necessarily anything, but I think black has more potential in the position to pose some
yeah,
problems.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I mean, he does have to consider if 95 move is annoying or dangerous, in if 93 works. Uh,
Hmm.
because okay, if I don't know, tell me, Levon. So let's say rook e8, 95. Let's say we take, and let's say that
Yes.
93 doesn't work. So knight e6 happens. Can I go something like f4? Just
Yes, sure. F4. Uh-huh.
so I just wanna, of course, play f5, but also in the future I want my bishop on f2 rather than on h4.
And if I go d4, you have f5. Yeah, I kind of maybe I overestimated the dangers of the d4 idea for black. Maybe d4 is actually nothing. Yes, that's possible. Yeah, that's has to be considered.
Hmm. Yeah, don't know if it works. I just really want my bishop on the other diagonal. And f5 is a threat. Kind of
Yeah,
a nice
sure,
threat.
sure.
Hmm.
So all right. So we have this position. What other options do we have with black? Let's say we can of course go f6, knight h4, and let's say rook e8. This is of course possible as well.
Hmm. Uh-huh, okay.
White probably needs to capture.
Yes, yes.
And now this is the question. Maybe capturing with the bishop is more pragmatic.
Okay. I
but
guess, yes.
oh no, no, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, let's check with the bishop first. And what if something... Wait, what should I do now, actually? Should I go something like
I
king
guess.
f1 to stop the check?
Yeah,
Or...
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
That looks like the move. King f1. And all right, I can go g5 to g5 or not to g5. That is the question. Yeah. Mm. G5 and then knight f5, bishop c7, knight e3. Let's say, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Of course, the position is equal. I mean, there's no question about it. It all
Okay.
depends who gets the slightly longer stick here. Yeah.
True. And yeah, this is, like you said, playable but equal. But okay, somebody pointed out in the chat after rook e8, like we played on move 22. Also, knight g6 could be an intermediate move. I don't know if it's good.
yeah.
So
We can take and go king f7 after that. I think.
Okay, so knight, you would take knight g6,
Yeah.
bishop d6,
It-
king f7.
oh, I forgot about this. My apologies. No. This is not what I want to do. Yeah,
Ah,
this.
of course, it's
Yeah,
not lost, but it's a move that we should consider. That's
yeah. Well, definitely black is not better after that. And then
mhm.
uh, I'm actually with f6. I'm trying to play for more.
Okay, okay, understandable.
Okay. What else do we have in store?
we could try knight a4 immediately.
I'm
Maybe.
also thinking about bishop a4.
Ooh.
Okay, do we have a move, by the way?
We have rook e8 on the board. That's
Aha,
Mm.
it's super solid.
Super solid.
Maybe it's the best. Maybe it's the best.
Would love to check. Would love to check that. Um,
So what are the rules? There are no draw offers, right? Before move 30
yes,
or
before move 40 actually, they
oh,
cannot
perfect.
offer a draw. So no, they will have to fight. Unlike yesterday when they had to make just some moves in the end game to get to move 40, today this is not a similar end game where they can just make some moves and agree on a draw, but they will fight, especially of course if
They have
Gukesh
some
likes to.
consideration for my tea brewing ritual. That's good.
Oh yes, yes, yes. It's not gonna be a short game. Lila, by the way, instead of rook e8, suggests rook d8, which
Hmm.
is I don't understand it. I think we would have to dive deep to understand the idea of rook d8. But also knight a4 and bishop a4 were two other suggestions besides rook e8. So
I
Okay.
think I think rook d8 is type of a laugh. Com-
yes,
Yes,
like what you gonna do?
yes.
But you would have to calculate a lot after 95 and so on. So rook 8 makes sense. And are we gonna see 95 by Gukesh, or
Oh yeah, I
it's
think we
played? Yeah.
it's played. Yeah, yeah,
And I would guess now that black would take on e5 and
Go
um
knight d3. Yes,
yeah.
93. We should
93. Yeah.
consider that.
knight d3, bishop d3
Yes.
takes, and then how do we proceed here with white, folks?
Sorry, Levon, to disturb you, but somebody in the chat had very humorous comments. So the chess analysis, of course, is amazing, but what is in Levon's choice of tea is the real question.
I'm actually this is rose hip
Oh, lovely.
Whoa.
tisane. Yes, so
Okay, so your secret is out then. Thank you for
so
sharing
no
that.
caffeine, not too early for caffeine.
Ah, okay, yeah, understandable. But
93 happened, folks.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
beautiful. Let's check it now. It's move 23, and they both players still have a lot of time, so
yeah. 93 has been played there. Yeah.
We're slowly drifting towards a draw,
you think this
I
is more of
feel.
a draw than black has initiative?
Um, I don't know. Somehow this d3 pawn is going to be gone. I have a feeling. I don't know.
Mm, okay,
Unless I grossly underestimated the danger for white here.
I am just
I,
going to cheat and turn on evaluation bar just for the public to see, which is actually going slightly into black's direction.
yeah,
Yes,
no,
yes.
it's quite interesting actually. Just having a check there, because after bishop takes e5,
Mhm.
Leela had a massive preference for rook takes e5. So
Oh,
swapping off the rooks first of all,
oh,
and
Yes.
selfish.
and that was about, that was basically still a small advantage for white. After d takes e5, Leela's giving black much better probability of winning than white actually.
Oh,
I
so
think.
white has to pay attention here. So,
Yeah,
okay,
this is
let's say yes, let's say I'm a simpleton, which I am, and I go b3.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, I have a fear. Some new phobia has been unleashed. I'm
oh,
I'm scared of
25.
the
Mm.
C3
Oh, c3. Ooh.
octopus.
Oh.
We've got 94 maybe.
Knight C3,
Oh,
that's what
knight
I thought.
c3. Oh, dear me, fell for it. Oh, dear me.
The octopus is coming, with
Yeah,
his little
knight
children
takes
there.
c3,
I mean,
d2.
that's
My goodness. Wow.
oof. This is
Oh,
actually
even nicer,
scary.
92 d3 afterwards as well.
Yes. No, you cannot allow the passive guy on b6 to become an octopus in two
Ooh.
moves. So we have to really pay attention here.
Okay, yeah, this is dangerous.
Okay, and if I go bishop f4, knight a4, you come. I mean, move number 25. You come knight a4, and you're annoying me.
Oh yeah, I am.
That's good. Yeah, that's the the archetypal unpleasant night there.
Yes, the creature of the dreams. He comes at night and he attacks your weakened pawns. Yeah, been there. Now how it feels. Yeah, rook b1, rook e6, rook b6, rook g6. No, no, no. This is not fun. This is not fun. I was thinking we're drifting towards a draw, but now I
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah,
get
no, me too.
excited knowing the computer's assessment.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's actually okay, of course, this is Lichess stockfish, but it's actually going almost towards -1.
Oh
Close to
my
it.
God!
Very close
I
to it.
could
Yeah,
never imagine it.
yeah.
Um,
Sese, the slightly bigger stockfish, is on -0.58 at the moment.
oh
Yeah.
wow.
So and yeah, I said Leela is giving white 8% chance of a win, black 28% chance
Oh.
of a win with a draw at 63%. And bear in mind that this is slightly weighted because Gukesh is higher rated than Ding, so Gukesh gets a bit better chances as white as
Yes.
well. So
Yes.
Okay,
Leela's
folks,
Leela's
I found
pretty
it.
keen on. Found it. Ah,
Don't be too
great.
excited.
Okay.
I
Show
go knight
us.
b3. Maybe I didn't find it. Wait, wait, wait.
No, we believe in you, Levon. So
Knight a4 you go. Ah. No, because I was thinking if you go knight c4, then I go rook d1.
Ah, that was your
And I
plan.
was happy for a brief moment.
Very brief.
Although why am I happy?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, no, no.
Not happy.
Yes. Stop the count.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my.
yeah. I mean, the more you look at it, the more you think this is actually, yeah, this is actually really, really annoying.
Very, 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 very. And you know what would be funny? Of course, if the Gukesh does lose again, I don't think he will dare to play e4 for the rest of the match. To have
Oh,
two
that would
zero in
be.
the French, that's depressing.
I have to say, yeah, but losing in the exchange variation is
Ah,
also
terrible.
bad.
But
It's like
folks, this is the trick, no? This is the trick to face
Your
the
fears.
problem. Yeah,
Yeah,
to face your fears.
that's true. But as his second, I would be like, no, we're off e4 forever. But
I mean,
you're, yeah.
I couldn't play something like b3, rook c8, knight b1 or something, and
I just had this thought. This is yes.
So
this is
before.
the old guy's thought, I'm
Uh,
afraid.
yes. But this is already admitting that we
Yeah,
have a
that you,
problem.
yeah.
Yeah, let's
Maybe
say bishop g4.
bishop g4.
Then I'll plant the bishop on e2, and then
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it's not.
not fun, definitely.
Oh dear. But it's crazy, this, right? I mean, it's just one of the. It's like a little bit like game one somehow, yeah, where the position just turns all of a sudden, and you don't even
Yeah.
realize somehow, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
I think this was something that Jonathan Rosen described in his book,
Mm-hmm.
uh, "The Seven Deadly Sins," a book that I love.
Uh-huh.
Um, uh, he called it blinking. This is a typical case of blinking. You
yeah,
have to take the rook on e5, and then you're doing fine. And then you kind of
Mm-hmm.
don't pay attention. Happens to the best of us, and then you say, "Oh, I'll just take d. What's the big deal?"
Mm-hmm.
Knight d3, bishop d3, cd, and then you start thinking, and
And
not
you
that easy.
realize, yeah, and you realize you are in slight trouble.
Yes.
The fear suddenly becoming real. And I guess we do have to take on d3. We don't have any other options for white. Yeah,
Yes.
because b2 is just taking on b2
well,
would be too
could
bad.
you try and claim that you've got the two bishops somehow, and
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but maybe just not
You
enough.
definitely have two bishops. There is no denying.
No denying in that. Ah,
But how do you do it? The issue is, as I see it, if you go, let's say, rook e3, knight b2, knight f3, then bishop a4, and this knight d1 idea forces us to, yeah, the life of the two bishops was very short and
yeah.
unfruitful, I'm afraid.
very
I'm
short-lived.
thinking maybe more something like rook b1, and then if knight takes e5, and then b3, something like this.
Oh,
Okay,
oh.
okay, okay.
Yeah, but
Mm.
psychologically, letting go of your e5 pawn is much harder than doing anything else. I think this
Yeah,
is.
yeah. But it's just, I mean, at least it activates your bishop on g3, right? I mean, it's.
Yes, no, I absolutely agree that maybe this is the best option under the circumstances, but I don't believe it will be played. And if it will be played, then my respect towards Kukesh will grow even bigger than it is at the moment.
Wow. Yeah, it's a tough thing to give up your e pawn, but taking on d3 and then you realize knight c4, knight a4, bishop f5. This poor bishop on g3. What can I even do? Can I go f4? No, what? Everything's coming. I guess after f4, just knight c4, right? If I decide to take on d3 first and f4,
Yeah.
is knight c4 just very good?
Or knight a4. I'm actually not sure which one to choose from. Maybe knight c4. Yes, knight c4. I guess white has to try to take on c4 and play rook e4.
Yeah, and somehow hope for miracle.
Well, here I'm not that worried somehow. I mean, probably
It doesn't look so bad, but I'm not
yes.
sure.
Okay, I'll put the rook on d4 and bring my king, unless
Exactly.
that's something very very fast. I think I'm holding this one.
Yeah, maybe we should play something like bishop f5 first, or
Okay. Let's try that. Bishop f5 on
Or
f4.
bishop
yeah.
g4. Yeah, bishop g4. Maybe bishop f5. I like bishop f5
Yes.
somehow.
Yes.
And all right, if I go, let's say bishop f2, knight c4.
Yeah.
And b3 is still bad
Yeah.
because of this monster appearing on c3 from the depth of the sea.
Yes. 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 So yeah, b3 would be followed by rook c8, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So okay, that's out of the way. So on bishop f2, you want to go knight c4, I would guess.
Yes, knight c4.
And can I go? Oh no, I can't. I have to take it. Ah.
Yeah,
I
I
was
guess yeah.
thinking if I can go something like bishop e3 actually. Kind of think,
Yeah,
yeah, that on knight b2 I can go rook b1 and
my only worry is that black can take on e3 and go d4.
ah,
And then after cd, either rook d8 or rook c8. Actually, rook d8. Because knight b3 is well met by rook d4.
Yeah.
ah.
Nice.
The
Terrible.
cheapos are there.
That's terrible. Yeah, yeah, very nice, very, very nice. Yeah, no, on bishop e3 is too bad, so I have to take knight c4, take back on c4, and now, ugh, what now? Bishop d4 maybe?
Well,
Mm.
I suppose
Well,
you could even take, you could take on a you
I
take on
could take on
a7.
a7, yeah.
you can also go bishop c5, king g8, and let's say king f2.
Okay.
Try to bring your king to e3, and rook e6, rook a6. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, don't like what I'm seeing. So you meant bishop a7, folks? Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's
You're
be
going
greedy.
for the
Greed.
lousy pawn.
I take them all. I'm not usually a pawn grabber, but I'm gonna try it in this position.
Times are hard.
Very
Times are
tough.
hard.
Very tough times.
Okay, and if let's say I go bishop, no. Mm-hmm. Okay, I can go f6 if I want to, or probably take that pawn at some point. But do I need it or not? That's the question.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
bishop takes d3 has been played,
yes, yes,
so
yes.
there's no need for Levon to apologize. He's No rook b1 played. Bishop d3 played.
Yes, 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 yes. It's human move, like Levon said. This is just you don't go rook b1. It's suffering.
I mean,
What
actually,
is the time situation, folks?
Gukesh has 39 minutes and Ding has 47, so they're both very close and they're on move 24, so 15 moves to make and they have a lot of time, I think. So
Yeah, I don't think that's a lot of time because
yeah,
the problems for white, I mean, they're significant.
true, very true, but
And you have to make like tough decisions. I think that's actually
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
the
you're right.
time travel is going to be a factor here.
Mostly by white because black's decisions are slightly easier and more like bishop f5 and bishop g4, knight c4, they're all good moves. Um,
Okay, so you guys grabbed on a7. You
okay,
dared.
yes.
You dared to take this pawn. And now it's my turn to answer this transgression.
I'm actually wondering, by the way, about whether f3 would be better than f4, simply to
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
let's check this because
Let's
maybe
do
this
it.
is
that might just be a bit. At least we stop bishop g4 somehow,
Yes.
and also bishop f5 to e4. So it might be
more
same idea, right? Same good idea to bring either the king in or the bishop round to f2. But
Yes, yes, yes. I agree, Matthew. So let's try f3. I guess we would go bishop f5 anyway, or not this time.
yeah,
Yes.
I was vaguely wondering about playing
Oh,
something
F3
like
was played, guys.
ah.
Oh,
Thank goodness! My goodness, that would have been
Is this a good sign, Matthew? What do you think?
well. Gukesh didn't get where he did by playing at my level, so I'm I'm a little bit worried. But okay. I mean, I'm actually wondering about d4 somehow here, but I guess it's too much. But
I was also thinking about it, yes. It's quite possible, but we can actually get d4 anytime you want. So with
well,
black.
maybe playing bishop f2 soon. That's why I was vaguely wondering. We could go knight a4 and then d4 as well. It's possible as well. But
Yeah, let's say knight
Mhm.
a4. And how do you respond? You go king
rook
f2.
b1, king f2. Yeah.
Although I don't know. I don't know. It's a
Bishop f2.
decision to make.
Bishop f2
Yeah,
maybe. Bishop f2. I think.
Let's try bishop
bishop
f2.
f2. And if I take on b2,
I am maybe bishop a7.
yes.
Don't know whether this is good or not. I'm trying to wreck your pawn structure as well, basically. But
To wreck my haircut. That's what they say in Soviet Union.
that's
Okay.
a good one.
Yes. And if I go knight c4, I'm a simple man. I should play simple moves.
Yeah, it's just all very unpleasant for white, isn't it? You just got no idea whether this is going to be really whether this is going to be unholdable or whether it's going to be
Yeah, I.
it's kind
A
of yeah
long-term nastiness, yeah.
yeah yeah. I don't fancy playing this against anyone.
I really dislike this rook e6, rook h6 ideas, and they're going
Yeah
to appear everywhere.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's try to defend the pawn on b2 instead of bishop
Yeah. I
f2.
mean,
Let's be passive.
yeah. Let's go rook b1. Let's try and keep our structure for as long
Yeah.
as we can.
We need
Go
to be
rook b1.
passive here.
f6 shouldn't be our concern, right?
Maybe slightly.
Let's try it with a black.
That's not crazy.
I don't want to I don't want to open the e-file. It looks so sad.
Yes, the rook is definitely not there to tuck in the white king to sleep. I mean, it has some really evil intentions there. So I think f4 has to be played.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, I want to play g5 actually, but
Yes, I also had this in mind actually.
Can't imagine that's probably won't be right somehow. Yeah, but
ef, rook e2,
two.
takes on g5.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Who's
Yes,
getting
I don't think
checkmated?
black can do this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah, okay. So g5, maybe slightly a lot. No, yeah, but I agree. F4 has to be played after
I mean,
f6.
maybe
Maybe
instead
you
of
can
f6.
prepare this whole thing, right?
Yeah.
f6, f4, and then you can play, let's say, I mean, move of your choosing. Let's say bishop g4 or king f7 or whatever you like.
What do we like, Matthew? Bishop g4?
Yeah, I'm even thinking just about playing rook e6 to be honest to start with. I mean, that's even.
But you mean you want to meet f5 with rook e5? Or
No. I just want to play rook e6 instead of f6. Actually, I'm
oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
sort of
let's
thinking
consider this.
maybe just move it. I mean, we're threatening rook b6 already, right? And if bishop f2, we've got rook e5. So
Okay, rook e6, knight b3. I got some glimmer of hope because now I'm threatening to play rook d1. I was much more worried about f6 business, to be honest.
knight b3. I don't know. I go. I want to go rook. Yeah, I was thinking rook b6 in these, but yeah, okay, you'll go.
Bishop f2, rook g6, bishop g3.
I can go bishop f5. I mean, that's always.
Okay. Yes, you're right. So you just want to go rook b6 here. But this allows rook d1, right? And with rook on d2, somehow I feel that
Yeah, okay.
maybe I didn't accomplish anything, but it's just a feeling. Okay,
Oh,
so
knight
f3,
c4.
knight c4 was played. Yes.
So yeah.
That's pretty. That's
But this
pretty.
is...
Do you think that's better than knight a4? We did like knight a4 quite a lot, but Lila does prefer knight c4 actually. So
Yeah, it's clearer somehow, but I don't know. Somehow might be easier for white to defend somehow. Yeah,
let me
because
take. So let me understand this. The issue is with rook e4 here that you can go bishop c6 and grab my pawn. Yeah, this is a big difference, of course. I mean, then I have to go rook d4, take king f2, bishop h5. Somehow this f6 or g5 f5 stuff will happen. Yeah. No, this is not viable, right? I mean, this is not a viable option for white. I don't know. King e3, b5, b3.
Ugly.
Okay, maybe it's not the end of the world. The only fear I have is some g5 f5 stuff. Although f5 maybe just b h4. Okay, how do you proceed if I go take and rook e4?
yeah, this is the big question.
Yes. Okay, if I go b5 immediately, you would go b3. Or first rook
b5
d4.
or
First
rook d4. Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking to put the bishop on f5 instead, but no, doesn't do much for me. Also, I think there's something has been played. Yeah, knight c4, d4 is on the board. So let's see if Gukash will play rook e4. It looks very challenging. Yeah. Yeah, rook
He's
e4.
played it.
Very nice. So this is the live position right now. And Dink will probably think here slightly, at least slightly, because bishop c6 looks healthy.
You know what I'm thinking, folks?
Please.
Bishop c6, rook d4, f6.
Yeah. Yeah.
f4, g5, king f2, and now I cannot find the following move. But this is so close to a disaster.
Agree.
I don't know, king g8 maybe?
Wow. You play king g8 in this position.
Mm.
Maybe it's not a big deal. King e1, right?
Yeah, I think you can.
Oh no,
can
wait,
sort of-
not
not
king
not
e1.
king e1, but I mean h4 maybe or something. I don't know.
H4, but then oh, okay, you have rook g4 check.
Yeah,
That's very sneaky.
yeah.
And wait a second, if I take rook f4, I take on e5.
Yeah,
You cannot take on c4. You have to give me a check.
yeah,
King f7, you have to go king e3
yeah.
ASAP, and then rook d8, or let's say e4. You have to protect. Maybe you'll survive this. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of well. I'm sort
Unless
of
my
well inclined.
rook manages to get inside.
Yeah, I don't know.
King e6. King e6. Rook c4, rook f8. No, king e6, I have to go rook g5, yeah?
Okay, rook g5.
It's scary, but maybe it's okay.
Got
King
your
f
h pawn as well to distract.
Yeah, king f6, and then let's say bishop e1 or something like this, yeah? Or even we can just stay and wait.
Yeah, just wait simply.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, so rook e4 is the position,
Yes.
and it's black to move.
Yes.
Maybe f6 here actually makes more sense. No, wait, no.
Would I go king f2 if I play f6? Or what was your plan?
Yes. And then I'm thinking, let's say bishop f5, but then no, rook c4, and then king is in time.
Well, oh yeah. The king is in time, or the rook is in time rather. But yeah.
Okay. I picked at Lila because it's very hard for me to keep up with you guys, so I know something that you don't.
No,
Okay.
I mean the engines are just having a look now as well. Then, but the engines are sort of saying that the black simply has to play the position, right?
Yeah.
Play the bishop to e6 and do something. Yeah,
just push b5.
just push. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit hard to understand at the moment what the engines are suggesting. That I'll just play through a line quick just to have
And
a
what's
quick try.
the general assessment? Is it like -1?
Stockfish is at minus 0.73.
Very close.
Which is quite good. And Leela's at 36% black win probability, 6% white win possibility, 57% draw. So yeah, that's about equivalent to about 0.6, 0.7.
Okay.
So they definitely like black, but I don't really see much enormous progress being made somehow, in their lines. So
well, you
I
have
don't.
to play on this d3 pawn. I mean, this pawn is a monster, but yeah, you're right. If white manages to bring the king in,
I don't.
it's hard to see the advantage.
I don't think the lines are particularly amazing for black that they're seeing there. So
I mean,
so maybe knight c4 was premature, huh?
I think knight c4 was a bit. I think it was too simple somehow. Yeah, it's just giving white a clear. And black's played bishop c6, by the way. So
yes.
going for
Oh,
that,
this I expected. Yes.
Yeah.
I
think
felt
that's.
it's most natural. Yeah.
I mean, it seems so sensible to grab the pawn somehow. So.
So all right. So we get this position with king on f2, and yes.
Yes. And now we have to think. I would just like to point out why why rook d4 needs to be played and why rook c4, which looks logical, I'm taking back pawn, is
Yes.
lost. Yeah, it's I would guess rook d8. Yeah, just too quick. The pawns are too quick. You cannot stop it from coming. So yeah, rook d4 will be played, and basically bishop f3, king f2 probably must be played. Yeah, rook d4 is on the board, and what now? What now?
Yes, yes. So takes king f2. Let's say bishop h5, king e3. B5.
Yeah.
But this has a lot of drawing tendencies now because
Yeah.
once,
Yeah.
yeah, I think once king gets to d2, then there's not much to worry about.
Yeah, rook's very active. It's hard for black to get his rook active as well somehow. So
that's why I preferred f6, yeah, because f6
Yeah.
looked more. So f6, f4, g5, and you folks said king f2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said yourself, this looks almost over, but where's the blow? Maybe there's none.
Yeah, king g8.
Yeah.
And h4.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I kind of expect this to happen because although instead of h4, maybe you can even grab on c4. Yeah.
Oh. Is it time? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's harmless, the king g8 business.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No worries anymore.
But other than that, I don't know how to proceed. Rook d4. Okay, what else is there in store?
Yeah, now, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
How about this? If I go f6, f3, I take on e5, and I go something like king e7 I cannot do because you take on c4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big threat now.
And if I cannot do it, then why am I doing this?
And
yeah, I guess I have to take on f3, huh? What do you guys think?
I think so, yeah. I don't I think you've got to take the pawn and it's just your bishop on h5 is a little bit out of play as well somehow.
Yes. But then it's just a draw, yeah.
Is it an easy draw?
Well, I don't see how black can pose any real problems.
So, like you said, b5, b3, and I do not have something like. I was thinking something
I don't
like
have to.
e6,
I don't have to go b3. I can also go a4 if I want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to go something like rook b8, but then you have some e6 idea yourself. So that's
even if I just take on b5 and then take on c4 and give a check and recapture on d3. This setup with bishop on g3, h2, e5 pawns is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, the bishop is a stalwart defender.
Yeah, and that's why I guess the ancients preferred the move on rook e4, move like bishop e6 to protect everything, and then go rook c8, maybe followed by rook c6.
But that's the past we're talking about.
Yeah. You like to live in the present. So, like, I guess we have to discuss bishop c6. And by the way, Ding has 29 minutes. And Gukesh has 37 minutes, and now Levon, this time trouble we were talking about by Gukesh, is gonna get easier because not a lot of responsible moves to be played.
Yeah, I mean, from that point of view, knight c4 sort of simplified the task somehow. It was maybe it was the objectively the best move, but somehow knight a4 would have been a little bit more challenging, I think. Dinger's taken on f3. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there have been some
Oh, and
played.
he came back
Yeah,
to c6.
yeah,
Came
yeah,
back to
Oh,
c6.
yeah. Which,
No, I see
ah,
his point.
yes.
He wants to meet rook c4
Okay.
with f6.
Mm-hmm.
But then
oh,
rook d4. But then rook d4. No, no, no. So I thought I saw his point, but now, well, I
No, you
guess
don't.
he's just opting for a draw. Yeah.
Ah,
could be.
so you think your this thing is there's no edge anymore.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of
Understandable.
logical.
Yeah, yeah, very understandable. But the position was so interesting, especially this knight a4. But like Levon said, this is in the past. We will talk about that later when we briefly go through the game. But yeah, rook c4 on the board.
I guess rook d8 now. Yeah, I think is what he's
I
going to
think
do.
he will play f6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, maybe f5.
Yeah. I don't see anything much anymore.
f5, h4, and maybe then rook d8. That's I
Sorry,
mean,
f5.
the position is draw, but you don't wanna be on the side that is defending the draw.
No, no,
I think
no.
it's a bit psychological. So.
Oh, he's gone rook
Rook
d8.
d8.
Oh, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yes, rook d4. You'll just take on d4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rook d4. Yeah, we're taking. It's also played.
Yeah, he'll
Also
take and go bishop
checking.
d5, and then or king e7 to e6 or whatever. Yeah.
So okay, so yeah, taking, and of course, a draw to be agreed soon. Of course, 8 moves to plate, except if they find repetition. But I think 8 moves will just be played here and shake off hands.
No, I think generally it was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except, yes, I think we got a fighting position, but then Lukesh, maybe he didn't realize that knight b6 is that strong.
Yeah, knight b6 was a beautiful find by Ding, actually. Actually, no, we can go through the game right now. So, because we analyzed a lot, so just to briefly,
Yeah, I think the critical moment was this position with the knight on h5, because this position was played. So move number 15.
Move number 15, yeah, exactly.
And then yes, a4 was of course a very nice idea.
Yeah, very nice to stop this b5 and knight b6. Very important to stop both. Yeah. Just such an easy move, but Gukesh was rushing with rook e1 and g4, which was a very human move. Because Levon, like, you spotted it and you said this is critical, and of course Gukesh thought the same, that's critical. But yeah, after knight f4, bishop g3, which looks very annoying for black, knight b6, just beautiful find. So easy.
Yes, and this would have been a long game actually if he had played the a4. And then I think the critical moment that appeared later on, well, there was one more critical moment when Lukesh didn't take with the rook on e5 and he took d, which was very risky for him. Yeah, move number 23.
Yes. Very risky.
And I think, yes, the next critical moment came on move number 25. I think knight c4 was
a bit too fast, exchanging the knights. Maybe this is the typical position where you would want them on the board to keep pressurizing white, especially the pawn on b2. And yeah, knight a4. Like
first you need to tenderize before you
pressurize.
Cook. before you cook, you need to tenderize. Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't tenderize enough, and then That was
And
it.
this is where we are now. So after
He
knight
spoiled.
c4.
He spoiled the meal. He spoiled the meal.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I guess Ding it shows maybe that he is not in a great mindset, especially regarding confidence with his calculation or intuition. Maybe even his intuition could have said knight a4 instead of knight c4. But it's a logical move, knight c4, something to be considered. He rushed it. He had a lot of time. He just rushed it.
Yes.
And okay, now with exchanges of the rook, this is now going to be coming to an end very soon. So we are on move 35. G6 has been played by Ding. We're gonna see 5 more moves and then bye bye. Yeah.
Yeah,
We hope so,
but
yeah. I mean,
yeah,
No, I mean it was, yeah, a lot of people in the chat said that they're so disappointed by Gukash's opening today that it kind of almost shows that he's not motivated or something. But
that's actually an absolutely wrong assessment because
okay,
yeah.
I was actually about to say that I'm impressed how Gukesh gets playable positions out of the opening.
yeah, yeah, I agree. I mean, on the first glance, you see the exchange French, and you say, ah, not not this boring pawn structure again. Everything's just going queen exchanged in move like 8 or something like that. Oh, but it's not true, yeah, Matthew. It's actually opposite. We got something completely different.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a very interesting position, and yeah, and, you know, things there were chances there, and it took us. I mean, what you do have to say is that yeah, I think, you know, probably a peak Ding would have not played knight c4 and might have played something like knight a4. But to get there, I mean, the moves he found, you know, they were quite difficult for us, and he found them. You know, he found them very, very well. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a very interesting game. Could have been more. The players cancelled each other out for now, but yeah, I mean, at some stage these sort of games are gonna catch fire again. So no, I mean, I'm completely happy with games like this in a world championship. You know, it's pretty good,
Yeah,
really. That's very
yeah.
interesting moments.
Very, very. I do apologize. My internet is going bad. So Levon, your camera is disappearing. I hope I can hear
Oh,
you. It's me. It's me. It's not you. So that's kind of just a sign from my computer. Wrap this up. I'm not gonna hold any longer. No, I do apologize for that. It's Levon. Would you have any final words for today's game and what future games would be bringing if that's the case?
well, I think this game was important for Ding more. You know,
Mm-hmm.
for him that to be easily navigating through not the easiest moves. It was a good sign. It means he's back in the match because I thought that, you know, after that game 3 it's going to be very tough for him. But yeah, he shows that he's uh, he's a very strong player, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, well, if he manages to get the same playable positions like Gukesh does, I think that's what is the key, of
Yes.
course.
Yes.
And of course, I think the fact that he let the advantage slip is not great for him. But you know, this is
Yeah.
it's never easy. Yeah,
No, no, of course it's never easy.
I think he
Pressure.
blundered this rook d4 idea. That's what I feel. That white just gets active.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, so you think it was rook a4, rook d4. I guess we'll see in the press conference. I always like to listen to their analyzing their ideas. I always wonder what were they thinking, especially this rook h5 move in game 3 by Ding. I really wanted to
Yes.
know the idea behind it, and I was so glad to hear the explanation. That he saw the best move but just didn't like anything and then just blundered this knight e2
Mm.
in his analysis. So yeah, I agree. These are gonna be very interesting games ahead. Hopefully, both of the players um, will be confident enough to have some more dynamic ideas in the future, in the opening and in the middle game, of course. But yeah, today it was good chance for Ding, I would say, especially with, like you said, Levon with knight a4. But he decided to also have a more chill day because there
No,
are
I
lots
think
of
he
games.
just no, I think he just blundered.
Oh, you think it just blundered? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe, maybe you're right. I mean, I will just put on the screen. So there's gonna be sixth game tomorrow, same time, same place, and then after that they deserve a rest day. So like Gukesh did say in his press conference that before the rest day he always goes all in because he knows he's gonna rest the next day. Matthew, do we expect Gukesh to go all in tomorrow with black?
Don't they have a double white sometime in the
Oh,
match?
um, actually, I should probably check that. I'm just
I
gonna,
thought
yeah.
maybe this was a time that Gukesh has the double white. Yeah.
No, no, I see that game six, Dink has
Okay.
white pieces, except if Lichess makes a mistake, but so far, maybe in the next games after the free day,
Okay.
maybe.
It's yeah. I mean, well, I think it'll depend very much on how Ding plays somehow. Gukesh can only do so much as black, but yeah, I expect. I think we're going to see something relatively similar to what Ding has done in the previous games. You know, try and put a little bit of prep on and see how Gukesh reacts. You know, and yeah, you know, with every game, the players are getting a little bit more tired. The tension's getting higher somehow. So at some stage, you know, mistakes will start to happen. At the moment, the players are still in these tense situations, keeping each other somewhat in check, which I think, to be honest, it's a good start for Ding, right? Because everyone was very worried. You know, was he really going to be able to cope with the tension? Well, so far he's done pretty well. You know,
Yeah.
so yeah, hoping for a good some more exciting games. But I think the tension will build up. It'll take another 3 or 4 games, you know, for the tension really to build up there.
Absolutely. And just before I let you guys leave, I'm not sure if you will be coming back, but of course, you're always welcome. Your commentary and your insights are amazing. Today it
Thank
was
you.
very nice. We just, you both were just analyzing the same line, white, black. And I was just like, here, wow, I'm learning so much. So yeah, thank you very much. And before you go and enjoy your day, I just have a question, maybe final prediction. Who's gonna be the world champion? So Levon, maybe do you think Gukesh will manage
I
to?
think Gukesh will be the world champion. Yes.
Oh, okay. And Matthew?
I think he will manage in the end. He's got the stamina and everything, but it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy. He's gonna need all his concentration until the end, but that's one of his strengths somehow. So you kind of feel he's gonna make it at the end. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much again for the commentary. Have a nice
Thank you.
day. And thank you everybody for coming here. Hope you enjoyed the stream and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thanks very much.
Bye bye. Thank you, Laura.